you also until 8 o'clock. This news also brought to you by Structured Foundation Repairs. I'm Eric Bushman. Your next news update is at 2:30. Check back several times throughout your day and keep connected, DFW, to News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3. WBAP salutes Rankin. Rankin, thank you for listening today to News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3.
This hour on WBAP is brought to you by the Wilhite Law Firm Injury Lawyers. Go to WilhiteWins.com.
That's WilhiteWins.com.
Hello, all you beautiful Texans. Welcome to the James Show. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. I know, good to see you, too. It's just since yesterday. But we're just going to dive right in because the Trump trial is sort of over. We still have some functionary stuff to do with instructing the jury, and then they got to deliberate. And then even when they come back there, if he's found guilty, there will be a sentencing phase or an appeals phase, or, this isn't completely going away. But everyone who's gotten on the stand, who's going to get on the stand, already got on the stand. And one person who didn't himself was Donald Trump. A lot of people expected him to get on the stand. Is that a good sign? Is that a bad sign that he didn't get on the stand? Let's ask a guy from his campaign. David Gelman's on the James Show. He's a legal consultant with the Trump. I know, good to see him too. With the Trump 2024 campaign. Why didn't Trump take the stand, David?
Very simple. He didn't have to. Number one, it's your First Amendment right not to have to, to say anything, and your Fifth Amendment right to be silent. However, look, I've done a million jury trials, both as a defense attorney and a prosecutor. And as a defense attorney, you really don't want to have your client take the stand unless they really have to. In this situation, it was always kind of touch and go, if you will, in the beginning. But as this trial played out, you could see that the prosecutors have nothing on President Trump. So if they don't have anything, and in my opinion, they haven't even proven their case, especially beyond a reasonable doubt, which is the burden they have to prove, there's no reason to put President Trump on the stand. All that will do is allow the prosecutors to question him and cross-examine him, and they're probably going to ask very embarrassing questions, just like they have done in the past, and just like they just want to embarrass him, like make it a political statement more than this already is. So there's no reason for him to go. The defense attorneys did a great job in this case, in my opinion, and they made a good call again, telling President Trump, hey, look, you don't have to go on. We already got this thing.
So public statements he had made over the last few months had me thinking that he was going to take the stand or planning on taking the stand. So it feels like something changed his mind. What changed his mind, David?
Well, number one, I'm sure he wanted to take the stand because, look, when you're innocent, of course you're going to want to take the stand. You're going to want to be able to tell your own side of the story. However, there's a lot of legal ramifications by doing so. So that's why you pay us attorneys big money. So we can give you the advice, the legal advice, even if you don't want to hear it. This is what we're doing. We're trained to do this. And they, I'm sure, convinced him that, look, number one, the state has to prove everything, not the defense. So even though it kind of felt like it in this trial almost sometimes. So the state, they never were able to prove an actual crime existed. So if that's the case, they never proved their case to begin with. We shouldn't have to have anybody on the stand. But number two, it's going to open up President Trump to cross-examination, and you don't want to have your client be cross-examined by the prosecutor when there's no reason to do it. All that would possibly do is potentially hurt President Trump. Look, we all know that this man is one of the strongest, toughest guys you'll ever meet, all right? He doesn't back down from a fight. However, look at what he has to go through so far. You have a judge who is more biased than anybody could ever possibly believe. You have a prosecutor who is doing this strictly for political motivation. And then you have a jury that's very liberal, if you will. All those things add up. It's not a good combination, and that's exactly another reason why President Trump did not testify, and the legal team did the correct thing in convincing him not to do so.
So what's going on in the trial now? I don't think the jury's deliberating. What has to be done between now and getting a verdict?
So what's going on right now is the judge is deciding what the jury instructions should be. And jury instructions for your audience is just a bunch of instructions that the prosecutor and defense attorneys have to come up with. And they want the judge to instruct the jury on how to proceed, on how to go about the law and whatnot. So they have to be able to talk about or ascertain what the individual is being charged with and all these different legal mumbo-jumbo jargons, if you will. From there, the jury and everybody are going to come back on Tuesday. At that point, the defense and the prosecutor are both going to put on their closing arguments. Defense is going to go first. Prosecution goes last. After that, and they'll take about an hour, I would say, maybe a little less. From there, the judge will then read the jury instructions. Jury instructions are going to take about an hour as well. So I would expect late Tuesday morning, early Tuesday afternoon is when the jury will finally be able to deliberate, and they'll go into the back room for deliberations. And that, who knows how long it's going to take.
Yeah, it's not even fair to ask that, right?
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. And I can guarantee you this. You got 12 jurors. Nobody is thinking the same thing. I would hope not, at least. So they're going to be having a lot of debates going back and forth with each other, and they're going to have different questions for the court. So when you have a question for the court, they have to all go back into the jury room or to the courtroom, and everybody has to sit down again and hear all these things and whatnot. So deliberations, that could take a couple days in itself until we actually get the verdict.
All right. Well, thanks for spelling all this out for us. David Gelman with the Trump 2024 campaign. Thanks for being on the James Show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Let me know if you're ever in Dallas. We'll have you back on to promote that again. I know he was just here last weekend. Isn't he coming back?
You know what? I try to get back to Dallas as much as possible. I went to school at the University of Arkansas. Dallas is like my home away from home almost.
Fantastic.
So I was there a couple weeks ago, and I can't wait to come back.
Do you know anything about Trump playing golf with Tony Romo a couple days ago?
I do not, although I do know Tony Romo is a pretty good golfer.
Yeah, he's a scratch golfer. Anyway.
Yeah, and Trump is not a bad golfer himself, so that should have been a fun round.
All right, thanks again, David Gelman. All right, we got to run off. Coming up next, we're going to talk about the Parker County mom who's charged for the accident with the kid's gun. You've probably heard the story. You'll hear my take on it next on The James Show. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3.
Here's what we're talking about.
I think this has done more good for the American people to understand just how bad it really is.
We'll continue to push to ensure that Ukraine owns its skies.
Target is cutting prices on about 5,000 of its most regularly purchased items.
Because he sees 11 million illegal immigrants as future Democrat voters.
Stay connected for updates all day.
News Talk 820 WBAP.
And now on FM at 93.3.
Are you confident your portfolio is protected in today's inflationary environment? Risk management against inflation has never been more important. Join Bulwark Capital's Zach Abraham for a special inflation webinar Thursday, May 30th.
With the election looming, continued global unrest, rising cost of living, and this crazy market volatility, protecting retirement portfolios has never been more critical, and it's our #1 focus.
Don't just ride out inflation. Join Zach for his live webinar and learn how they actively manage every portfolio.
We do it with Bulwark's risk management strategy, always seeking opportunities to lower risk, lower cost, and give you as much upside as possible.
Don't miss Zach's special inflation live webinar Thursday, May 30th. Register now at knowyourriskradio.com. That's knowyourriskradio.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Trek Financial LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results.
Listen, I feel like things are off. You're just so extreme. I always thought of you as smart and reliable, but you're not. We've been so cold in the bedroom, and at the end of the day, you say one thing, but the feeling I get in our home is just completely different.
Honey, who are you talking to?
It's just our thermostat. I can never get it to match the temperature I set it at. I can't keep living this way.
I think it's time to call a professional, babe.
If you set your thermostat at one temperature, but the actual temperature of your house takes forever to match it, or maybe never does, you don't have to live like that. This is a very common issue. It means your AC is never getting a break. Milestone's professional, licensed, background check technicians are equipped to easily diagnose and solve your AC problems. To solve your AC problems, go to callmilestone.com and mention WBAP for $200 off today.
We'll fix it in a flash. Will your retirement dreams survive the next market crash? Do you have a plan for a potential 30, 40, or even 50% fall? Imagine the sacrifices you may have to make. Would you be forced to unretire? Hi, I'm Ken Murray, founder and CEO of Retirement Planners of America, here to invite you to one of our free retirement planning seminars. We'll explain our invest and protect strategy and how it is designed to protect you from the next bear market. We want your money to last as long as you do. We'll also discuss Social Security, Medicare, retirement cash flow, and more. Don't miss out on this free opportunity to expand your retirement knowledge. Sign up for a seminar today.
Call now, 469-331-2426. That's 469-331-2426.
Retirement Planners of America, RPOA.com.
Did you know you can lose up to 25% efficiency by having leaky windows in your home? It's really true. Hi, it's Ernie. This is a great time to replace those leaky and inefficient windows or replace that old shower or tub you've been putting off. Why? Well, because this month, Statewide is looking for 30 homeowners to receive free installation on a house full of windows or on a new bath and shower with no interest and no payments until 2026. Now, if that's not enough, you can receive up to a $1,200 tax credit by putting their energy-efficient windows in your home. Plus, the pros at Statewide are recognized as a top bathroom remodeler. From beautiful wall surround options to sleek shower enclosures and walk-in tubs, they have you covered. It's why they're recognized as one of the top bathroom remodelers. So, no interest and no payments until 2026, free installation. All you have to do is call now, 214-214-6000. That's 214-214-6000, or go online to statewideremodeling.com.
Starting off in Frisco on the D&T northbound just after Lebanon Road, got a minor accident blocking a left lane. This fender bender is going to cause some stop-and-go traffic to be backed up to Gaylord Parkway. Moving into Plano on Sam Rayburn Tollway northbound approaching Hillcrest Road. We got an accident blocking a right lane with a 2 to 3 minute delay. Minor traffic troubles backed up to Preston Road. And a bigger problem in Richardson, 75 southbound approaching Beltline Road. That accident has the HOV and left lanes blocked off and causing a 30-minute delay with stop-and-go traffic backed up to Renner. With WBAP First Traffic, I'm William Shotwell.
Operation Stormwatch on WBAP. Meteorologist Brad Barton live in the WBAP Weather Center. We have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Collin County until 3, and then for portions of Denton and Collin counties until 2:45. And right now, that's the storm we're most concerned about. Yes, there's a strong storm over McKinney moving to the east right now that may have some small hail to it. It's going to move through Princeton, Verona, up toward Melissa, those areas. It's going to be moving away from McKinney here over the next 30 minutes or so. But there's a much stronger storm that is just to the north of DFW Airport. It covers ground from Keller, Grapevine area, Trophy Club, Double Oak, Louisville, through the Colony, over toward Plano and Richardson. And this storm may contain some fairly large hail at its core and also some very gusty winds. It's centered right now just a little bit to the east of Louisville. It has crossed mostly I-35E. But again, it's moving into the Colony right now and moving pretty much along the line of 121 Sam Rayburn to the northeast. Severe thunderstorm warnings up until 2:45. We're also watching additional thunderstorm development south of Abilene. Could be coming through here later on this evening. And we have a tornado watch in effect for all of north and central Texas until 8 o'clock tonight. Live from the WBAP Weather Center, meteorologist Brad Barton.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and I sell custom blinds designed for do-it-yourselfers. Unlike stock blinds offered at big box retailers, Blindster blinds are custom made for your windows and shipping is free. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
All opinions matter.
News Talk 820 WBAP.
And now on FM at 93.3.
Hey, welcome to the James Show, News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. You ADLs have heard this story already, but for those of you who haven't, there's a woman in Parker County who was arrested. She's 34 years old, and the misdemeanor, the Class A misdemeanor she's being charged with is making a firearm accessible to a child. The reason she got in trouble is because her 13-year-old son invited a couple friends over, also 13 years old, and the son had a revolver in a dresser. Okay. What is this? One of the friends finds it. Oh, check this out. Look, it's like a gun. Check this out. And the story we're being told is that he was just holding it, not doing anything wrong, and the gun went off. Well, that doesn't. Look, he pulled the trigger or he slammed the hammer. Something happened. He wasn't just. Guns don't just go off. They're inanimate objects. But look, it's a 13-year-old. I'm not here to bust anyone. But the other 13-year-old was hit in the stomach. He was taken to Cook Children's Hospital in Fort Worth. He's going to be okay. Or at least that was the last report here, according to our friends over at WFAA. And so the problem is, mom's being charged because there was a gun in the gun cabinet. And when you ask mom, what is there a gun doing in the gun cabinet in your 13-year-old's room? She says, well, he's had it in his room. It's his gun, and he's had it there for like the last 2 years or so. So a lot of people are kind of freaked out about that. Oh, my God, you let a 13-year-old have access to a gun? Or I guess you let an 11-year-old possibly have access to a gun? Like in Fort Worth, that might not be that normal. Remember, I'm not from Fort Worth. I'm from where? I'm from Bug Tussle. This is a normal thing. I didn't get my first gun at 11. I got my first gun at 12. I got it from my grandfather. It was a long gun. It wasn't a revolver. That's kind of weird. I mean, it was for just target shooting. It was a little 22. It could hold like 16 bullets in the little barrel under the gun itself. And it stayed in my closet. So when you say, well, how could you let a 13-year-old have a gun and accessible in his room? I had one. No one got shot with it. People would come. I would have friends come over if they opened my closet to get a basketball or something out. Hey, you got a gun in here? Yep. And no one cared. You know why? Because they very likely had a gun too, except for the city kids. The city kids didn't have guns. Mullen didn't have guns. The Jeffs didn't have guns. But Chris certainly had a gun. Anyway, you don't know these people. But it's not that weird. It's not. There's nothing inherently wrong with allowing a kid to have a gun. Now, you can question why would a 13-year-old have a revolver? Like a revolver. That's such a weird choice for you people who aren't, into guns. Long rifles, no question with that. Semi-automatic gun, okay, well, you need something to carry around or a different target shooting thing. Revolver, that's weird. That's like getting a bike that's not a 10-speed. It's like, what are you doing? Is this a novelty thing? Anyway, revolvers just aren't that serious of a gun. I mean, look at how few crimes are committed with revolvers. How many police departments carry revolvers instead of semi-auto? It's just that's a weird part, but that's not the weird part that most people are complaining about. Most people are complaining about the fact that something should be done. Okay, something maybe should be done. Couple of questions though. What would you do? Like, how could you write the law that would stop this? Because there's already a law. It's already illegal. According to this Class A misdemeanor that she's being charged with for making a firearm accessible to a child, there has to be some level of nuance in that, or else my parents are guilty of that misdemeanor, and a big chunk of the parents out in Bug Tussle are guilty of that misdemeanor. So, is it really that simple? Anytime you let a gun be accessible to a child? Because even if you put it in your own closet, does that still count as having a gun that's accessible to your child? Are you required to have some sort of gun locking cabinet if you're to own guns in the same dwelling as a household? That's not really reasonable. So my question is, like, if you think you could solve this with legislation, how could you write it in a way that wouldn't violate the Second Amendment? How could you write it in a way that would have stopped this? Because it's already illegal. What are you going to do? Just make it illegaler? That's never a solution. Whatever legal attempts were made to keep the 13-year-olds from getting a gun, it already failed. So I don't know how you would write something that would be more effective than this. So there's that question. There's also the question of who really did something wrong here? Should the mom even be charged? Because I like having that conversation more. I'm not actually against the mom being charged. Maybe she should be charged. Maybe this is a good way to go about it, because I like the idea of someone needs to be held accountable for your actions. And if you're not able to be held accountable for your actions because you're a minor, then your parents need to be held accountable. If you went out and you broke a neighbor's window, your dad would have to pay for it, wouldn't he? That's interesting. So if the transfer of responsibility goes to a parent from a minor, then is it really the mom that's getting charged that did something wrong? Shouldn't it be the mom of the kid that was holding the gun when it went off? Is there any culpability there? Her kid did something that caused damage to an involuntary third party getting shot in the stomach. Is there any charges for that mom? Because the kid that's really at fault first is the kid who was holding the gun. He probably has not been properly trained in guns, and if he has, he was reckless about it. Should there be some culpability for him? Well, not really, because he's a minor. But then again, if we have the transfer of culpability from the minor to the parent, where's that mom getting charged? And then let me throw another layer on top of you, and we'll continue this next. What about all the minors that are doing all the shootings all over cities in America? If this is the case and we can charge this parent for this one, shouldn't we be going after those parents? We'll discuss that next on The James Show. 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. The question is, does this mom deserve charges? 800-288-9227. It's The James Show. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies supplements, changing the world one life at a time.
Oh, it's been actually really good. I'm 81 years old. I'm a retired nurse, and I have found, I've taken it for about 5 years, I do feel better. At first, there wasn't a drastic change, but I found it really has made, a difference in my lifestyle. It does improve our quality of life.
Start your journey with Balance of Nature supplements. Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com and sign up as a new preferred customer. And for a limited time, get 35% off your first order, plus $10 off any additional sets with free shipping and our money-back guarantee. Go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751 and get this special offer by using discount code DALLAS.
Start your summer with a Fall Classic rematch. The world champion Texas Rangers host Jordan Montgomery and the Arizona Diamondbacks for 2 games on May 28th and 29th. The D-backs' only visit this season features an Adolis Garcia bobblehead giveaway Tuesday night, followed by a day game Wednesday with Texas Chili Company Dollar Hot Dogs. The season's shortest homestand kicks off a Rangers summer like no other. Get your tickets at Rangers.com.
We're here at Genesis of Plano, part of Huffines Auto Family, for their 100th year of serving DFW and asking customers to sing the jingle.
Huffines has it.
So what was the it for you?
They just made my first purchase so seamless and smooth and really unforgettable.
And when you visit Genesis of Plano, get huge savings on new GV70s, GV80s, and our limited time manager specials. Shop online at genesisofplano.com. Let's cue the jingle.
I'm Representative Tony Tinderholt. I'm a retired combat veteran and one of Stephanie Click's most conservative colleagues in the Texas House. Last session, we worked to protect Texas children from transgender ideology. Unfortunately, Click voted with the Democrats. We were unable to stop the psychological transition of Texas children. Click voted to give taxpayer money to healthcare providers who are psychologically transitioning children with radical transgender ideology. In the Republican runoff, vote no to Stephanie Click.
Political ad paid for by Texans United for a conservative majority PAC.
When it comes to anything electric for your home, you want to hire only a trusted, licensed professional electrician. Hire my electric company, Mr. Electric. I am here right now with Mr. Electric owner, Robert Loomis.
Thanks, Hal. Do-it-yourself projects are great, but when it comes to anything electrical, please call an expert. Call Mr. Electric.
Mr. Electric is the only company the Hal J family uses, always on time and never unpleasant surprise. Now servicing Louisville, Frisco, and Denton, Mr. Electric Dallas or MrElectricFortWorth.com.
What's the most important number you need to know when it comes to your retirement savings? You can find out on a special edition of Preserving Your Retirement, Saturday morning at 8 on News Talk 820 and now on FM at 93.3 WBAP.
DFW's news, talk, traffic, and weather station. News Talk 820 WBAP. And now on FM at 93.3.
Streaming live on our free mobile app.
A Cumulus media station. Trending now.
Severe weather moving across North Texas. I'm Eric Bushman from the Novak Motors News Desk.
ClassicChevrolet.com. WBAP's first traffic and weather.
On the ones.
Well, we're going to start off in Royce City one more time. 30 westbound approaching South Elm Street in 548. Currently only has the right lane getting by with a 45 to 50 minute delay. Stop traffic is backed up all the way to 1565. Into Richardson, I'm going to give you some good news here on 75 southbound approaching Beltline Road and Main Street. That accident cleared away a couple of minutes ago, but there's still a 15-minute delay to unwind. That's going to be backed up to the Bush Turnpike. And finally in Fort Worth, still got that problem on I-20 westbound just after East Loop 820 with a 45-minute delay and stop-and-go traffic backed up to Kelly Elliott. With WBAP, first traffic and weather on the ones. I'm William Shotwell.
Why do so many Texans love Classic Chevrolet and Grapevine? We're the #1 Chevy dealership in the world. New Silverados, more than anyone. Malibus, Blazers, Equinox. Gotta visit ClassicChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive. Based on new Chevrolet registrations 2023.
Operation Storm Watch on WBAP. Meteorologist Brad Barton live in the WBAP Weather Center. We're watching one large thunderstorm cell in the northern sections of the DFW Metroplex, North Texas area. Right now, it trails the back edge of it. It just passed South Lake on 114. And then there's very heavy thunderstorm and rain activity over the middle part of Grapevine Lake through Flower Mound and then up to Louisville and then right on to the northeast, the Colony, and up the Lolaville neighborhood, Frisco, Fairview, Plano, Allen, all those areas. So kind of along both sides of 121. This severe thunderstorm warning remains up until 3 o'clock for Denton and Collin counties. And a tornado watch is in effect until 8 o'clock tonight because additional storms are developing back to the southwest toward Abilene. Those storms may also affect our southern counties, which we would say would be maybe southern Parker County south of I-20, also Hood, Somerville, Johnson, Ellis, Dallas, and Tarrant counties later on tonight. Live from the WBAP Weather Center, meteorologist Brad Barton.
83 degrees in Dallas, 85 in Fort Worth. This news brought to you by American Medical Plans. Dallas is letting out a huge sigh of relief after retaining its police chief.
Eddie Garcia was being recruited heavily by the cities of Houston and Austin, which were offering long-term contracts. Dallas Mayor Eric Johnson says due to the city being unable to offer its own contract to Garcia, it put them at a disadvantage.
We need to change whatever we need to change, whether it's the charter or city ordinances or whatever, to allow for our police chief to be hired under a contract so we don't have to deal with what we just dealt with.
Interim city manager Kim Tolbert crafted a way to retain Garcia by paying additional $10,000 biannual incentives. Mike Trina, WBAP News.
Your money news. President Joe Biden is continuing his efforts to eliminate or reduce student loan debt for Americans. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre says the president has forgiven debt for another wave of borrowers.
Today we announced that the Biden-Harris administration canceled student debt for an additional 160,000 people, meaning 4.75 million Americans have now benefited from our debt relief actions.
She says that the average borrower who has been granted debt forgiveness has received around $35,000 in relief. Republicans have criticized the plan as unconstitutional and unfair to taxpayers who never attended college. The Dow's down 200 points, NASDAQ down 45, the S&P 500 off by 18. Again, a severe thunderstorm warning's in effect for southeastern Denton, northeastern Tarrant, and northwestern Dallas counties until 2:45, and all of Collin County, a separate severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 3 o'clock. Flash flood warnings are in effect for northwestern Collin, southeastern Cook, northern Denton, and Grayson counties until 4:30. Tornado watch in effect for the DFW Metroplex and points east and south until 8 o'clock, and out west a severe thunderstorm watch is also in effect until 8 o'clock. This news also brought to you by Mark Spain Real Estate. I'm Eric Bushman. Your next news update is at 3 o'clock. Check back several times throughout your day and keep connected, DFW, to News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3.
Brought to you by Clarity Windows.
You can save 40% off every other window with Clarity Windows. With over 20 years in business and so many consumer awards under their belt, Clarity has earned the trust of thousands of happy homeowners. Call Clarity today or just go to ClarityWindows.com.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale is here. Get a Sleepy's Queen mattress at the lowest price ever, just $89.99. This deal ends Tuesday, so don't wait. Visit Mattress Firm and save over 60%. In-store pickup only while supplies last. Find your nearest one today.
Stimulating talk. News Talk 820 WBAP.
And now on FM at 93.3.
Hey there, welcome back to the James Show. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. I know, weather stinks out there. We're talking about the mom up in Parker County. She's 34 years old. Her 13-year-old kid had kept a revolver in his cabinet in his room. Two of his friends come over, two 13-year-olds. One of the friends pulls the gun out. It supposedly just goes off accidentally. Accidentally shoots the other friend in the stomach. The other kid's going to be okay, but now mom's charged with the misdemeanor. And I'm not sure about this. Part of me is okay with this. Part of me thinks mom didn't do anything wrong. If anything, the visiting kids are the ones who are clearly at fault. And I don't know what mechanism you could do to prevent this in the future, at least legislatively speaking. So, Class A misdemeanor, making a firearm accessible to a gun. You know, the firearm has been accessible to a minor. The firearm had been accessible to a minor in that cabinet for the last 2 years, but the guy who had proper training and wasn't an idiot about it never had any problems. It's just when these goober friends come over who started the problem, should there be any culpability for them? What about his mom? What about a lot of questions here? What do you think? 800-288-9227. Daniel in Benbrook, you're on 820 AM, now 93.3 FM WBAP. What do you think?
Hey, so I actually called in this morning and offered one opinion, but I've been thinking about it since then. And let's say you and I are friends or acquaintances, and I bring you over to my house for a dinner party, right? You go to the used restroom, and you find some drugs in the medicine cabinet, and you decide that you're just, for whatever reason, going to take them. And it causes medical injury, right? Is it my fault? Is it your fault?
Yeah, so the question is, what if it's a minor, though?
Well, the same thing would apply. Who's responsible for the minor?
Right.
If I bring over a friend and say, you come over to my house, you have a minor with you, they go use the restroom, they find drugs in the medicine cabinet, and they, take them, and it causes medical injury. Because this is, in my opinion, this is not even a gun issue. It's not.
Right. It's sort of a transfer of responsibility from the kid to the parent. Well, if it works for that mom, why doesn't it work for the other mom? Is that where you're going? Because I like your metaphor. I think it works.
No, you're exactly right. Because if the mom is responsible for the kid, then that's where the responsibility lies. And so if I have a child over as a guest, and they do something they're not supposed to, whether it's, drugs in the medicine cabinet or a gun in a nightstand, whatever the case may be, is it my responsibility as a host to make sure that they don't do something they're not supposed to, or is it the responsibility of the parent?
Absolutely. It's the parent. And that's the exact same logical path that I'm trying to take. You just did it really good with the metaphor there, Dave.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going with
that.
So
should the other mom be charged?
I can't answer that question. I don't know. I would think that as a 13-year-old that the parent, yes, is responsible for the 13-year-old, but 13, they're kind of at that age where it's juvenile, delinquency. And
right. So, okay, no criminal culpability, but can we agree that the kid who was holding the gun when it went off, his parents should be held accountable for the medical bills incurred to the other third party?
Civilly, sure, yeah, absolutely. Criminally, probably not.
All right, I think we agree. And thank you for your metaphor. That was a wonderful addition to the show. I appreciate you calling. Right. Dave in Benbrook. Yeah, that was a good way to put it. Compare it, not because guns are such a hot issue, and when you hear gun, there's half the population that just turns the anger on. Oh, guns are evil. This is why we got to do something about guns. Another gun culture, gun death, gun stupidity. Well, okay, take the gun out. Let's not a gun. Pills were a great example. I was trying to use property damage. Like, what if a kid came over to your house and broke a window? Well, it wouldn't be your fault. It would be the fault of the kid, but the person who would be getting the bill for the damage done would be the parents of that kid. But I like to discuss. Let's go down this path, though, because I think you'll like this, too. What if we treated more crimes like this? Because, okay, let's say the mom gets a ticket here for allowing kid to have access to a gun. What about the 123,000 juveniles last year that committed a crime with a gun? Are their parents being charged? Maybe they should. Let's think about this. Go with me here in Fantasyland. What would happen? Cops, if there was a juvenile that committed a crime with a gun, they'd have to track down the parents and give them a misdemeanor? Yeah, I like that. Now, I would like to add something to that, because we talk about, the transfer of responsibility, the transfer of liability from, parents are responsible for their kids. You are financially responsible for costs that your kids incur. But it shouldn't all be on the mom. The kid isn't 100% mom. The kid is 50% mom. The kid is 50% dad. Wouldn't there be a fantastic incentive to not split up the family if, Dad, you can take off and you can go move to Los Angeles or Houston or somewhere else, and if the kid that you leave behind with some poor single mom ends up on the wrong side of society and commits crime with the gun, they will track you down wherever you go, and you will get the bill for that. You will get a misdemeanor for that, and you will get the financial liability for that. Ooh. Now, I don't know if that works, but I like thinking about that. I like imagining that. Too many of our policies reward the destruction of the nuclear family. And is there anything that is more responsible for the crime that we see and the failure that we see, and whatever failure it is, failure to get an education, failure to stay out of jail, failure to stay off drugs, failure to be gainfully employed? How many of these find their roots? How many of these are exacerbated by single parent households? Now we're talking. Let's go track down Dad and get him a bill. Yeah, this would stop a lot of this absentee dad stuff, wouldn't it? I don't know. That was a fun thought for me. What do you think? Passing liability to the parents. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should just do it not just for this Parker County mom, but for all juvenile crimes. 800-288-9227. 800-288-9227. Why is this lady in trouble? But all the other juveniles that committed crimes all around DFW, they're not. Their parents aren't. 800-288-9227. It's the James Show. News Talk 820 WBAP. Now on FM at 93.3. Now, homeowners.
Coming up Thursday morning, more big storms possible across DFW. We'll have the latest forecast for you.
And at 8:45, the WBAP Pet of the Week from the SPCA will be here, and it promises to be totally adorable. You will not want to miss that.
I'm Ernie Brown.
I'm Carla Mary, and Monty Cook has your traffic on the ones. Chief Meteorologist Brad Barton has your forecast. Steve Lamb has sports, and Nicole Osei with your news updates at the top and bottom of each hour, along with your money news. And Hal J keeps us laughing.
It's all on Thursday's WBAP Morning News, 5 till 9 on News Talk 820 WBAP, and now on FM at 93.3.
Hey, homeowners, I know you don't want to cut down all your trees. They're nice. You love them. They add value to your home. They're pretty. They're shade. But then you also don't like them dropping leaves and pine needles onto your roof that get down in your gutter and clog them up. So what do? Leaf Filter. You call this company Leaf Home. They have a product called Leaf Filter, and it will stop that. Nothing gets into your gutter but the water. Why haven't you done this already? I don't know. But if you want to do it now, I can get you a discount. I know the secret. You go to leaffilter.com/WBAP. 20% off for everyone who listens to the James Show or anyone who goes to that website. Another 10% off if you're a senior or military veteran. And you don't even have to do anything. You may have cleaned out your gutters for the last time. You call them, a guy comes out, he does the estimate, he takes a bunch of measurements, gives you a price. If you like it, you give them a high five, and then they bring another crew out there that are going to seal everything. They're going to level everything so it all drains properly. Then they're going to put the filter on, and then they're going to leave you with a lifetime warranty. You never have to worry about it again, and you can enjoy your trees. LeafFilter.com/WBAP. Go to LeafFilter.com/WBAP.
The fight for justice never ends. In Texas, there's only one name you need to know. Thomas J. Henry Law. We're one of the biggest personal injury firms in Texas with the money to fight for you. We invest in expert witnesses, investigators, and cutting-edge technology because the best evidence wins cases. And you only pay if we win. No upfront fees, no hidden costs. We give back to the communities we serve, from school supplies for tens of thousands of kids to food for families and pets. Thomas J. Henry. Visit us online at tjhlaw.com. San Antonio.
Are you the parent of a 2 to 7-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting free radio offer. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse, the Parents' Choice Award-winning online learning program that's actually changing the lives of early learners everywhere.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
Right now, we're offering a special radio promo to try it free for a month, but you have to go to abcmouse.com/radio to claim your free month. That's abcmouse.com/radio.
Sponsored by Age of Learning.
Imagine having all the money you need for retirement, all the income, every month, guaranteed. That's Secure Future Investor, an indexed annuity tied to growth in the stock market, but without any risk of loss ever. It's guaranteed money for life income, no matter how long you live. Call 888-509-2228. 888-509-2228. Sponsored by GP Agency, Inc., Raleigh, North Carolina. Licensed in all states. Performance may vary. Consult with your financial professional before making an investment decision.
Conservative Republican John McQueenie is a dedicated Texan. He will fight to secure our border and fight back against the liberal policies of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. That is why John McQueenie has been endorsed by Governor Greg Abbott. He will help Governor Abbott build the wall and stop the flow of illegal aliens and drugs from pouring across our border. Fighting for Texans, securing our border. Conservative Republican John McQueenie is on our side.
Political ad paid for by Texas Defense PAC.
This is Spencer McGowan, host of Net Worth Radio. I love technology breakthroughs, especially anti-aging. The latest technology breakthrough for taking inches off your waist, CryoSkin Slimming and Toning. I've been going for weeks now. I lost 2 inches off my waist. The facial toning, absolutely amazing to take years off your appearance, neck and face. A buddy of mine lost 7 inches. He goes for slimming and toning too. It's okay for guys. And CryoSkin Slimming and Toning, the best technicians I've found are at Preston Center, advancedregeneration.com, 469-708-0005. In 45 minutes, you can transform your appearance and lose inches off your waist. advancedregeneration.com, 469-708-0005. Call them today.
A lot of trouble in Argyle right now. An accident only allows the right shoulder to get through on 35W southbound approaching FM 407. So that's going to be a 20 to 25 minute delay right now. Stop traffic is backed up all the way from Crawford Road. In Forest Hill, 20 eastbound approaching Mansfield Highway. Again, another accident blocking the right lane with a 1 to 2 minute delay and stop and go traffic backed up to Anglin Drive. The bigger problem here is going to be on the opposite side right there, just past East Loop 820 on I-20 westbound. That accident still got the right lane blocked off and nearly an hour delay backed up to Kelly Elliott. With WBAP First Traffic, I'm William Shotwell.
From the Airco AC Heating and Plumbing Studio, this is News Talk 820 WBAP, and now on FM at 93.3.
Welcome to the James Show, News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. How you doing? Are you familiar with the cartoon Peppa Pig? If not, you know it? Gary chimes in, oh yeah. What you don't even have kids? Cousins, okay. Yeah, well, I have 4 kids, and Peppa Pig is something that I've seen hours and hours, maybe thousands of hours of Peppa Pig in my lifetime. I mean, I would say, hey, I know the song, because I know the song to all my kids' shows, because I just memorize stuff because I'm an idiot. But Peppa Pig theme song only has 1 word or 2 words. Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig. Anyway, so there's a Peppa Pig park that's opening in North Richland Hills, and it looks like it might be pretty good. That's not breaking news. They did the groundbreaking on it a while back, but it's set to open later this year. And within the Peppa Pig park, they're going to have a bunch of rides and attractions and goofy stuff. But just like the cartoon, the food court is going to be Miss Rabbit's Diner in the park. And that is so sweet, because that was Miss Rabbit is the person that shows. Anyway, if you've never seen the cartoon, you don't even care, do you? But she's a character in the show, and it all looks so adorable. Even though I'm like a curmudgeon middle-aged dad, and I like football and trucks, and I like big guns and stuff. This stuff's adorable. I'm just not allowed to say stuff's cute or people make fun of me. But it's all adorable. As much as I hate the show because I had to watch it so much, this park, I kind of want to go to it just because I had to be exposed to it so much. It would be fun. And plus, I think my daughters would like it. But PETA doesn't like it. PETA said that at Miss Rabbit's Diner in the park, they should only serve vegan food. I don't think that's breaking news either. That's what they want everyone to eat at all times. They don't want people to ever eat an animal. But let me give you a clip from the statement here from PETA President Ingrid Newkirk. She said, Peppa's young fans would be horrified to learn that Miss Rabbit was serving meat and milk taken from animals who are loving, playful, and affectionate, just like Miss Cow and the other residents of Peppatown. What if it was an animal that wasn't loving, playful, and affectionate? What if the cow was a jerk? What if he's really violent and destructive and he didn't play well and he was always biting and kicking and fighting? Would it be okay to eat him then? What if he was a bad cow? Bad cows exist. What if he was just a complete, unlikable piece of garbage cow? Anyway, it's just funny how they present these things like it's some sort of Disney movie. Taken from animals who are loving and playful and affectionate. Have you ever met a chicken? Chickens are not affectionate. They're not loving. They're not playful. You should feel nothing bad about eating a chicken. I mean, their brain is about the size of the last little part of your pinky. That's it. Anyway, we know what PETA thinks. But since I am your resident Peppa Pig expert, I was like, hang on a second. Peppa Pig would never have milk or products or meat? Didn't she, eat non-vegetarian stuff in the show? So I go through the show. And I did find a couple of examples. There was this one where they were eating pizza and it had the circles on it. So it's like, oh no, it has both cheese and pepperoni. Oh my goodness, Peppa Pig's eating pepperoni. That makes her a cannibal. Disgusting. Well, stop it. For one thing, it's a cartoon. But anyway, here it is.
George has eaten his pizza, but George does not like the tomatoes or the lettuce or the cucumber.
Oh dear, George, don't you like the salad?
No. George, just try a little bit of this lovely tomato. Yuck.
George, this is cucumber. Grandpa Pig grew it in his garden.
Try a piece of lettuce, George. It's yummy.
The 2-year-old cartoon character, Pig, has more dietary sense than PETA. Did you just catch that? God bless. Do you agree more with PETA or do you agree more with George, the make-believe 2-year-old cartoon pig? And then there was another one where Peppa Pig and company, they go to America, and as part of the breakfast experience, they ate an egg, which, it's not like it's a T-bone steak, but it's still against PETA guidelines. You wouldn't eat animal products. Yeah, they ate animal products.
Eggs over easy, please. Coming right up. Cooking an egg and shaking a leg.
Oh, kill me.
Cooking and shaking and cooking an egg.
So bad.
X over easy.
I flip the egg over.
Thank you.
And what's sunny side up?
I don't flip the egg over.
Oh my God, I forgot how much I hate
this.
this show. Oh, please, God, no, more than that. There you go. Oh, it brings back horrible memories. Just look, because the show's not that bad. You're like, James, you're being harsh. How about you don't want to watch the show, and then you got to watch 8 in a row for the 8th month in a row? Try that and get back to me and tell me you're not sick of Peppa Pig. But one thing it did endear in me is a respect for the British accent. It can get so adorable. I found a viral video of a girl that was mad at the ice cream man for trying to overcharge her. He was charging her £9 when the ice cream man on her street only charges £1. Or see if you can even understand this. She looks like she's about 9 years old, but she is so mad at the ice cream man. It is adorable.
Girls, what's just happened?
So, there's an ice cream van there selling just 2 ice creams with 2 chewing gums in it.
Yeah.
For bloody £9 for 2 of them.
£9 for 2?
Yeah, £9. That is going to get nowhere. One that comes on my street is either £1 a piece or £2. Like, you're going to get nowhere with that.
No, he ain't, is it?
No, he ain't.
That's well bad, isn't it?
You should know. And he only does bloody card. Stood there with my cash. Bloody hell.
That's well bad, isn't it?
Bloody well bad.
Yeah?
Yeah, bet he can hear me.
She's so angry, but it's adorable because of her accent. Anyway, This is your Peppa Pig update on the James Show. Coming up next, Randy Travis has a new song, and it's done with AI because he had a stroke 10 years ago and can't sing anymore. It's not sitting well with some folks. I'll play you the song next on the James Show. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3.
Are you caught in the hamster wheel of life, day in and day out looking for a new solution? Well, today you can take action to retire in 5 years or less. How? Passive income through real estate investing. And the team to help you? Lifestyles Unlimited. For more than 33 years, our team of successful educators and mentors teach folks just like you the roadmap to retirement through real estate. Learn from the best. Lifestyles Unlimited. Known for the systems and support to help you real estate retire. Just like Chad and Lisa.
Having the consulting team, having other avenues within your whole system, is what's made y'all successful. Everyone is there to guide you to be successful. So it's just up to you to get off your butt and do it.
Do it. Take action today with this introductory offer. 2 years for $297. The Lifestyles Unlimited Financial Freedom Program. Go to GiveMeTotalFreedom.com. GiveMeTotalFreedom.com. Enter code 2024. Join and learn with Lifestyles Unlimited at GiveMeTotalFreedom.com. Code 2024.
At Seconds and Surplus North Richland Hills, you'll get more for your project dollar. More cabinets, flooring, baths, and doors, all at unbeatable prices. But that's not all. You'll find more countertops, sinks, and backsplashes still at unbeatable prices. Keep listening because there's even more, like exceptional service, free kitchen designs, installation, plus local and nationwide delivery. Get more at secondsandsurplus.com.
It's official. Frederick Frazier just defeated his opponent's political witch hunt in court. A judge just dismissed the case brought by Frazier's desperate opponents. Like Trump, they couldn't beat Frazier at the ballot box, so they tried it through the courts and they failed. But we need your vote in the May 28th runoff election to finish the job. Frazier is a conservative Trump appointee endorsed by Governor Abbott because he prioritized border security, moved to finish the border wall, cut property taxes, banned the woke agenda, and stood strong for law enforcement. Frazier's in a fight against Carissa Richardson, a fake Republican, funded by a Beto O'Rourke mega donor and a disgraced Nazi sympathizer organization. Carissa is doing their bidding, pushing a radical tax plan that more than doubles your sales taxes and effectively defunds local police. Carissa's even falsely claiming Frazier was dishonorably discharged. A complete lie. Vote conservative Frederick Frazier in the May 28th runoff election to set things right.
Political ad paid for by the Frederick Frazier Campaign.
You've got enough to deal with every day. So when you're shopping for a car, make it easy and shop online at FreemanToyota.com. Hello, this is Dane Miner, General Manager of Freeman Toyota. At FreemanToyota.com, we make internet shopping easy, informative, and best of all, hassle-free. FreemanToyota.com will save you time and money. Everything you need to make an informed decision is right there. Shop online at FreemanToyota.com and get a price up front. We'll even appraise your vehicle based on your description, and we'll give you the best financing options available. We can even deliver the car and the paperwork right to your home or office without you ever stepping foot in the dealership. Basically, no surprises, total transparency, and you're going to love it. In fact, even though it's on the internet, Freeman Toyota is making it a personal experience. If you have questions, you'll get real responses from real people who understand what real service is all about. So log on to FreemanToyota.com today and discover a better way to buy a car.
Joe Biden and Kamala Harris opened our border to the Mexican drug cartels and created the worst border crisis in American history. That's why Justin Holland helped secure billions of dollars to build the wall and fight back against illegal immigration. Conservative Republican Justin Holland also voted to empower Texas law enforcement officials to deport criminal illegal aliens, securing our border, keeping Texas families safe. Conservative Republican Justin Holland is on our side.
Political ad paid for by Texas Defense PAC.
Are you confident your portfolio is protected in today's inflationary environment? Risk management against inflation has never been more important. Join Bulwark Capital's Zach Abraham for a special inflation webinar Thursday, May 30th.
With the election looming, continued global unrest, rising cost of living, and this crazy market volatility, protecting retirement portfolios has never been more critical, and it's our #1 focus.
Don't just ride out inflation. Join Zach for his live webinar and learn how they actively manage every portfolio.
We do it with Bulwark's risk management strategy, always seeking opportunities to lower risk, lower cost, and give you as much upside as possible.
Don't miss Zach's special inflation live webinar Thursday, May 30th. Register now at knowyourriskradio.com. That's knowyourriskradio.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Trek Financial LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results.
Named one of the best personal finance podcasts, The Stacking Benjamin Show with Joe and his friends makes financial literacy fun.
I've found that a rule of thumb is somewhere in the neighborhood of 1% of your house value is what you're going to write a check for every year just for the crap that goes on around your house. Some of it may be upgrades. Some of it may be things that I need to fix.
I'm thinking about your grill.
When it melted, that was a who happened to my grill more than a what happened to my grill.
Find out more by searching the Stacking Benjamins podcast wherever you listen.
DFW's News, Talk, Traffic, and Weather Station. News Talk 820 WBAP AM, Fort Worth, Dallas. 93.3 WBAP FM, Haltom City, Dallas. And 99.5 KPLX FM HD2, Fort Worth, Dallas.
Streaming live on our free mobile app.
A Cumulus Media Station.
Trending now.
New weather warnings issued over portions of the Metroplex. I'm Eric Bushman from the Novak Motors News Desk.
ClassicChevrolet.com, WBAP's first traffic and weather.
On the ones.
Still got that trouble going on in Royce City right now on I-30 westbound as you make your way towards South Elm Street and FM 548. It's a 45 to 50 minute delay with only the right lane getting by. Stop and go traffic is backed up to 1565. If emergency crews are repairing the damage from the accident, so that's part of what's taking this so long. Hopefully in the next couple of hours they'll have this cleaned up. As you make your way through Fort Worth, I-20 westbound just after East Loop 820, still got that accident blocking a right lane with a 40-minute delay to go with it, and stop and go traffic backed up all the way to Kelly Elliott Road. With WBAP First Traffic, I'm William Shotwell.
Why do so many Texans love Classic Chevrolet in Grapevine? We're the #1 Chevy dealership in the world. New Silverados, more than anyone. Malibus, Blazers, Equinox. Gotta visit ClassicChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive. Based on new Chevrolet registrations 2023.
Operation Storm Watch on WBAP. Meteorologist Brad Barton live in the WBAP Weather Center. New severe thunderstorm warnings are being issued for portions of Rockwall, Collin, and Dallas counties. Stand by as we alert our other stations in the area on WBAP. We interrupt programming at the request of the National Weather Service to activate the North Texas Emergency Alert System. The National Weather Service issuing new severe thunderstorm warnings for Rockwall County, Collin County, and northeastern Dallas County until 4 p.m. A severe thunderstorm is located near Allen, moving east at 20 miles per hour. The storm may contain 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. Flash flood warnings are also in effect for Denton and Collin counties until 5 o'clock this afternoon, and a tornado watch is in effect for the entire area until 8 p.m. Once again, severe thunderstorm warning for Rockwall County, Collin County, and northeastern Dallas County until 4 p.m. All North Texas stations affected by this alert are requested to relay the preceding message. Just a quick radar summary. We have just big storms underway, as the warning indicates, over northeast Dallas County, Plano, Richardson, Lucas, Wiley, McKinney, all those areas. Storms moving to the east and probably producing 1-inch hail, possibly larger hail. But the storms have tops to about 45,000 feet, and they continue to track to the east-northeast. Additional storms are forming back to the west and to the south of Abilene. Those storms could move through southern areas of the DFW North Texas area later on. Live from the WBAP Weather Center, meteorologist Brad Barton.
83 degrees in Dallas, 85 in Fort Worth. This news brought to you by the Wilhite Law Firm. Family members of the Uvalde school massacre victims have reached a $2 million settlement with the city and county over the attack. The announcement comes almost 2 years after a teenager shot and killed 19 students and 2 teachers at Robb Elementary School. Attorney for the families, Josh Koskoff, spoke about the settlement.
They have not dealt with it well. The city has not dealt with this well. No, in terms of the accountability, no discipline of any police officers, no demotions, know nothing.
The law enforcement response was widely condemned after officers waited outside the school for over an hour before finally confronting the gunman. New research suggests that daily and near-daily marijuana use is now more common than similar levels of alcohol consumption in the U.S.
The brand new research is published in the journal Addiction. It's based on data from the National Survey on Drug Use and Health and shows that high-frequency marijuana use overtook high-frequency drinking for the first time since 2022. Other research shows that high-frequency users are more likely to become addicted to marijuana and more likely to develop cannabis-associated psychosis, a severe condition where a person loses touch with reality. Carla Marion, WBAP News.
Your Money News MasterCard says it expects to be able to discover that your credit or debit card number has been compromised well before it ends up in the hands of a cyber criminal. Using artificial intelligence, the company said it expects the system will be able to see patterns in stolen cards faster and allow banks to replace them before they are used by criminals. The Dow's down 201 points, NASDAQ down 31, the S&P 500 off by 15. Again, we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for portions of Rockwall, Collin, and northeastern Dallas counties until 4 o'clock, and flash flood warnings in effect for portions of Collin and Denton counties until 5:15 this afternoon. Tornado watch in effect until 8 o'clock for DFW and portions east and south. And out west, we have a lesser severe thunderstorm watch also in effect until 8 o'clock. This news brought to you by the Good Contractors List. I'm Eric Bushman. Your next news update is at 3:30. Check back several times throughout your day and keep connected, DFW, to News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3. WBAP salutes Dallas. Dallas, thank you for listening today to News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3.
This hour on WBAP is brought to you by the Wilhite Law Firm Injury Lawyers. Go to WilhiteWins.com.
That's WilhiteWins.com.
Hey there, welcome back to the James Show. It's News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Let's go. There you go. Now we're going. I want to remind you, when the show ends, it's not that the James Show is only available from 2 to 5 weekdays on News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. I'm contractually obliged to say that every time. When I'm not on the air, you can still go listen to the James Show. All you got to do is go to the podcast, wherever you already listen to podcasts, look for the James Show. But please, if you can, if it's not too much to ask, either download the WBAP app, or if you're already on a computer, like if you're at work and you want to just suck off your employer's bandwidth, go to WBAP.com. And look, I take the time to go pull out chunks of the show and edit them together. And there's a couple of commercials stuck in there, but it's fewer commercials than you have during the show. We take out the traffic and weather because if you're listening to this tomorrow, you don't care. So it's a nice, efficient, quick way to get that James Show fix, even when the James Show isn't on. WBAP.com and the WBAP app. We work hard on that, and I don't want it to just be listened to by like 12 people. All right, one of the great voices, country music history, country music fans will all agree, Randy Travis.
Finally turned. Would you say I told you so?
And when I was a kid, I don't know how old you are, but when I was a kid, this is a guy that like bust on the scene, and he sounded like he was 60 years old, and you find out he's 22 or something really young. It's like, oh, he just has a really grown-up grandpa sounding voice. He's a super baritone guy. And you're like, well, that's a pretty good song. And then he came out with another hit, and then another hit, and then another hit. And you're like, this guy's unstoppable. And he's not even competing with anybody for this space. This guy cranked out. Like, if you went to a Randy Travis concert before he had the stroke, obviously, he could sit there for an hour and a half and play songs that you know. Even if you're not a country music fan, you've heard of half of them. So it was really sad. 2013, he had a stroke. And it affected his ability to sing. So one of the great voices in country music history was medically silenced. Super sad. In fact, we were all worried for a second. You know, it's not like I know him or grew up next door to him, but you don't want to see someone who seems like a nice guy and, that talented. You don't want to see that talent go to waste. So we were all worried that he was going to die for a second there. And so he lived, and hey, well, at least he's around, and we can tell him how awesome he is and how much we love his music, and he can get a little appreciation out of life like that. But then AI comes around. AI is still in that little swamp, that ethical gray area where you're not sure how you feel about it. And I know because I'm not sure how I feel about it. So it was weird when AI was coming out and you could have AI create celebrity sounding voices to use for, like when you were making the message for your voicemail. Hey, this is James. Sorry I missed your call. Leave your info and I'll give you a call back as soon as I can. Later, dude. Well, you could have that in the style. The AI could take your little script and make it in like a Snoop Dogg voice or a John C. Reilly voice or Will Ferrell or Al Gore. Hey, before the polar ice cap melts, leave me your name and number and I'll call you back. It was a fun thing. One of them was Randy Travis, and that was weird because Randy Travis can't really talk anymore. So you're doing the voice of a guy who, it's weird enough if you do it for someone who's dead, like, hey, this is Frank Sinatra. You're a cool cat, but I'm sorry I missed your call. Well, whatever you do there. But Randy Travis is still around, and he doesn't talk like that, and he's not getting any royalties off of it. And it just seemed like some sort of weird ethical place that we've never been before. We've never had to answer these questions. What if a computer can replicate the voice of a guy who's alive? All right, that's easy to say that, well, as long as you're not using it to copy him and fool people that it's him, it's cool. What about for a dead guy? Kind of the same thing. What about for a guy that's still alive that just can't talk anymore? Ugh. So now we have another moral conundrum coming on top of that. Randy Travis gets together with an artist and some people who are better at this technology than you and makes a new song. He picks out a song. He picks out the guy that's going to sing it initially. And then they take the AI program and they render this guy's voice, who almost sounds like Randy Travis to begin with, and modify it to where it does sound like Randy Travis. And I'll be damned if this doesn't sound like a real Randy Travis song, because it does. So it came out 2 weeks ago. It's already going up the charts. I don't think it's at number 1 yet, but it's called Where That Came From. You want to hear this? Because this sounds just like him, and I don't know how I feel about this. How do you feel about it?
She had eyes like diamonds, they caught the light. Oh, but they were dark and deeper.
So it's wrong if someone does this without the approval of Randy Travis, obviously, but Randy Travis not only approved this, he was there in the studio making decisions about the tweaks and twists that they were doing on the knobs for the AI the entire way. Not only does he approve of this, part of this creation comes from his brain, at least. This is his work, even though he's not really singing it. And this is a way for a guy, hey, he can make some money again. Not that he's not making money now for royalties, but how do you think about this? Is this weird to you? Is this ethically okay? It's a good song, sounds like. 800-288-9227. 800-288-9227. Because the real question is, is this even Randy Travis? Does this even count as a Randy Travis song? Should you have to put an asterisk next to it? Taylor Swift has like her regular songs, then she has Taylor's version. There's like regular Randy Travis songs, and then there's like the asterisk. This is an AI song. I don't know. We've never had to deal with this before, so I'm as much asking you as I'm telling you. 800-288-9227. Your thoughts on the Randy Travis AI song? It's The James Show. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3.
Here's what we're talking about.
I think this has done more good for the American people to understand just how bad it really is.
We'll continue to push to ensure that Ukraine owns its skies.
Target is cutting prices on about 5,000 of its most regularly purchased items.
Because he sees 11 million illegal immigrants as future Democrat voters.
Stay connected for updates all day.
News Talk 820 WBAP.
And now on FM at 93.3.
Dallas Stars playoff hockey is only on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket.
In politics, there's Lowe, and then there's David Lowe. Caught peddling illicit pornographic domains like findsome.com, http.com, and more too graphic to share. Seedy domains that can enable human trafficking. First, David Lowe lied about it. Then, Lowe actually compared his investments in the porn industry to buying real estate and defiantly said,
"Look, I own domain names. I was trying to make a quick buck."
Records show David Lowe bought pornographic domains over a 9-year period. Now, numerous law enforcement groups have condemned David Lowe, urging citizens to vote against him on May 28th, saying, quote, David Lowe profiting off the porn industry and the exploitation of women shows a disqualifying lack of judgment and moral compass. David Lowe, a new low in Texas politics. Learn more at davidlowfacts.com.
Political ad paid for by the Stephanie Click campaign.
An NFL star accused of driving 119 miles per hour on US 75.
127, 133.
Are these speeds the new norm?
How does a police officer even catch up to that? Good question.
NBC5 investigates why this expressway seems more like a speedway tonight at 10.
Get connected with NBC5 News on your favorite streaming services.
Stream us for free on Samsung TV Plus, the Roku channel, Xumo Play, and Fire TV.
The most accurate forecast, breaking news, plus exclusive stories.
Get connected at nbcdfw.com/everywhere.
When you've got an unused car taking up money and mind space, not to mention your driveway, you know where to turn. It's Casey here. Sing it along with me. Donate your car today to Junk for Joy. More than a catchy jingle. It's a quick and convenient way to finally take care of that car. Junk for Joy will take any car in any condition with a pickup scheduled at a time that works for you. You'll get a voucher for a 3-day, 2-night hotel stay and a tax deduction. And your car will do good for kids. Go to junkforjoy.org now or call the number 1-877-JUNK-FOR-JOY. Donate your car today to Junk for Joy.
Spring is here. Everything is blooming. And yes, that is so pretty here in North Texas. But did you know that growing tree roots could be causing those nagging drain issues? Call Benjamin Franklin Plumbing today and get ahead of what could be a very expensive repair. My husband and I had our plumbing checked in our home, and we couldn't be happier with our experience. Joe, the licensed plumber that was sent out, was extremely knowledgeable and knew exactly what he was talking about. And the women who own Benjamin Franklin Plumbing, they are true experts in their field, and they know that opening your home to a contractor requires plenty of trust. Right now, save $120 with their spring drain cleaning special. Call today to schedule yours for only $79. Len from Mansfield tells us, our plumber was extremely cordial and just a wonderful person to work with. My wife and I are very pleased with the service and could not be happier. I would recommend Benjamin Franklin Plumbing to anyone that asks for plumbing services. And don't forget, Benjamin Franklin Plumbing is the punctual plumber, and they will pay you $5 for every minute they're late, because if there's any delay, it's you they pay. Call Benjamin Franklin Plumbing today at 866-4BEN-NOW. That's 866-4BEN-NOW.
Let's go ahead and start off in Argyle, where we have only the right shoulder open on 35W southbound approaching 407. It looks like that accident's causing about a 45 to 50-minute delay to be backed up all the way to Crawford Road. In Carrollton on the Bush Turnpike eastbound approaching Kelly Boulevard and Trinity Mills, it looks like a 25 to 30-minute delay. This new accident does have 2 right lanes blocked off as well, and stop-and-go traffic backed up to Josie Lane. Then good news coming out of Fort Worth, 20 westbound just after East Loop 820. That accident's gone, but there's still going to be a few minutes worth of delays backed up to Park Springs Boulevard. With WBAP First Traffic, I'm William Shotwell.
It is 3:17. This is Operation Stormwatch on WBAP. This is Eric Bushman, by the way. Brad's going to take a brief break. He'll be back when another round of storms is expected to be more in the immediate Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex a little later on. But we do need to issue a new severe thunderstorm warning that are popping out now west of the Metroplex for Palo Pinto County. So stand by as we alert other stations in the area on WBAP. We interrupt programming at the request of the National Weather Service to activate the North Texas Emergency Alert System. The National Weather Service in Fort Worth has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Stevens County and all of Palo Pinto County in north central Texas until 4:15 this afternoon. At 3:09 this afternoon, a severe thunderstorm was located near Necessity, or 13 miles southeast of Breckenridge, moving east at 35 miles per hour. The main hazards with this storm include 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Again, the National Weather Service in Fort Worth has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Stevens County and all of Palo Pinto County in north central Texas until 4:15 this afternoon. All North Texas stations affected by this alert are requested to relay the preceding message. And we will return to the James Show momentarily after this quick timeout on WBAP.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's $3 English Muffin Breakfast Deal. Grab a proper breakfast with Wendy's new $3 English Muffin Breakfast Deal. Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Select or request English Muffin Deal to obtain discount. Not valid for a la carte or combo orders. Single item at regular price.
Brought to you by Balance of Nature.
Balance of Nature. Get your daily recommended whole fruits and vegetables by calling 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com and get free shipping and 35% off your first order by using discount code DALLAS. That's discount code DALLAS.
News Talk 820 WBAP is now on FM
at 93.3.
Hey, welcome to the James Show. It's News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Country music legend Randy Travis has a new song out thanks to AI. Now, it's not him actually singing. They had a guy who sounds a lot like him sing the song originally, and then they tweaked and modified his recordings with artificial intelligence that had also been fed a bunch of recordings from Randy Travis singing just the dry tracks. They take out all the music and they feed them into the AI. And look, it's a good song. It's well written. It's well produced. The music's good. The singing's good. Is it Randy Travis? Whew. There's the discussion. And look, Austin just chimed in over here on Facebook. I thought they had something like this a while back before AI that had actors read lines to have their voice in movies after they're gone. Well, this is since AI. And yeah, that's a thing now. And the questions that we answer now are going to be applied to future situations like that, because ethically speaking, where I saw this was in one of the trades. I'm in radio, so I read the industry publications websites for radio, and this is a big discussion over there. There was an interview with the guy who's a music director for a big company. I don't want to name names, but he was saying he's okay with using AI music if the artist is in control of how if it was used. So that would apply here to Randy Travis. Randy Travis was part of this process. He was in the studio. It was him and his manager who picked out the guy to do the original singing. He was in the studio saying up, down, left, right when they were applying AI and tweaking the voice effects. So yes, he was part of this. He heard the song afterwards. He signed off on it. He approved it. And if Randy Travis approves it, well, then who are you to say no? But if they are using AI to revive an artist posthumously after they've died, like Prince, then this guy's out. He says that's where it crosses an ethical line, and it's not really Prince music anymore now, is it? Even if the artist's estate is consulted, like if they wanted to make a new Elvis song and they're like, hey, Lisa Marie, does this sound good? Does this sound like something your dad would like? Do you sign off on this? You're the one who is the, sort of the legal owner of that estate now, that legal entity belongs to you. That would not, in this guy's estimation, count as an Elvis song. So artists can make the decision themselves. Do you want to just record a whole bunch of dry stuff, whether you're a music artist or an actor, or I see this for talk radio hosts? How hard would it be to make an AI and bring Rush Limbaugh back? Oh, you didn't think about that, did you? Because what if you could feed AI the 30, 40, whatever years of Rush Limbaugh's show, and he could the AI could kind of get a feel on, this guy's line of thinking, this guy's worldview, the algorithms logically that he used to come to his conclusions and come up with similar conclusions in future issues that didn't even exist yet. What about making a colony on the moon or whatever? What would Rush say? Well, we would never really be able to know, but what if we had an AI who could sort of mimic that? Would that be of interest to you? Would that still be Rush Limbaugh? Absolutely not. But would there be a market for it? Should there be such a thing? And this is fantastic discussions to have, because especially in the talk radio universe, is this a red or a blue issue? What do the Republicans versus Democrats think about this? Usually on issues, one will take one side, the other take the other side. We don't even have that here. Why? Because we don't know. We've never had to deal with this before. So this is an issue where whatever your opinion is, I may not agree with it, but I'm not going to think you're a bad person. And I try and look up on how this has already fleshed itself out, because some of this is it's hypothetical. Like, what happens if they try and use your voice after you're gone? Well, it's not that hypothetical anymore. James Earl Jones has already given Lucasfilm the rights to use his voice as Darth Vader even after he's dead. He has sold the infinite rights to use his voice as Darth Vader. I mean, forever. The rights to use his voice, Lucasfilm can do that for Darth Vader. Now, they paid him already for it. He got paid in advance. You know, you can't pay him after he's dead. And I mean, you could pay his estate after he dies immediately, but like in 50 years when all his kids are dead, what are you going to pay his grandkids? What about in 100 years? Are you going to pay his great-great-great-grandkids? No. It'll pass over into the public domain at some point, wouldn't it? And isn't that how it goes? See, we don't know because we've never had to deal with this before. Because we're like right now, we're dealing with Mickey Mouse phasing into the public domain. Steamboat Willie's already in the public domain. They stopped scooting up those copyright laws. So would Darth Vader be in the public domain after the similar spate of years? Ponderous stuff, isn't it? Interesting. A lot of people, though, are not fine with this at all. I can see from like an artistic integrity standpoint, let's take it out of something that's voice or audio. Let's move it into like the visual realm. What if there was a painter? What if you could show AI a whole bunch of Salvador Dali paintings and you'd be like, hey, Salvador Dali, make a new painting about a new subject. Let's make the painting about the Dallas Stars or a Dak Prescott painting. And you could have the AI Salvador Dali make his impression of a Dak Prescott painting. And I'm sure it'd be surrealist with like melting clocks or whatever. That doesn't really count as a Dali painting, but wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't there be a market for that? Wouldn't somebody want to buy that? So it's not going to go away. Rest assured, it's going to happen. Is it ethical? I don't know. 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. Coming up next, trending news with Lacey G. We'll show you what's going on in social media and being passed around in the viral world. Next on The James Show, News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies supplements, changing the world one life at a time.
My name is Bob Corbin. I'm 55 years old, and I like to tackle life every single day. My life's never boring. I make sure of that. Whether we're gardening, back at the pond fishing, running a tractor and moving dirt, playing rock and roll music, there's always something to do around here. I've been taking Balance of Nature for about 5 years. I feel absolutely phenomenal. Balance of Nature helps me feel better. It's just that simple.
Start your journey with Balance of Nature supplements. Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com and sign up as a new preferred customer. And for a limited time, get 35% off your first order, plus $10 off any additional sets with free shipping and our money-back guarantee. Go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751 and get this special offer by using discount code Dallas.
Attention hailstorm victims. Has your residential or commercial property been damaged by hail, such as roofing, siding, and window damage? Insurance is meant to help you when you need it the most. The adjuster, however, may argue the property suffered pre-existing hail damage, poor construction, or lack of maintenance that led to the damage, or insist the required repairs are only minor. You paid your premiums. Now you are faced with tactics to delay, deny, or underpay your claim when you are owed thousands more. Everybody deserves a fair insurance settlement. Let the lawyers at Fitz Law Firm help you with your denied hail damage claim. Insurance companies have experts working for them. You should too. Texas law requires payment for all hail damage and entitles you to all hail-related damage plus penalties and interest. Contact the insurance dispute lawyers today for a free consultation. You will not be charged any fees unless you win. Don't delay. Your time to make a claim could be limited. Call 817-500-9904. That's 817-500-9904. Or visit hailclaimcenter.com. Principal Office, Houston, Texas.
Conservative Republican John McQueenie is a dedicated Texan. He will fight to secure our border and fight back against the liberal policies of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. That is why John McQueenie has been endorsed by Governor Greg Abbott. He will help Governor Abbott build the wall and stop the flow of illegal aliens and drugs from pouring across our border. Fighting for Texans, securing our border. Conservative Republican John McQueenie is on our side.
Political ad paid for by Texas Defense PAC.
Okay, so you want to redo your office, and you need a little help. This is where Offco Office Furniture comes into play, and I'm Hal J. For all my friends at Offco Office Furniture, 200 West Rosedale, just across from the Medical District in Fort Worth. They've got it all for you right there under a 30,000 square foot showroom. That's right. Call Mark or Larry. Give them a call at 817-877-0708. They're also online at offcoinc.com. Be sure and tell them Hal J said to call.
I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Why do some AC companies pay their service techs on commission? ABC News did a sting on AC companies. They rigged a house with a simple broken wire, and 6 different companies tried to sell a woman hundreds of dollars of phony repairs. Why does this happen? Well, when they're getting a 15% commission on the total bill, it just breeds dishonesty and huge repair bills. At Reliant Air Conditioning, we provide comfort to homeowners who don't want to be taken advantage of. Our techs don't work on commission, and we don't use shady sales tactics. If you need a new system, you can combine factory and utility rebates to save over $5,000 on a brand new system that can cut your electric bill in half for as little as $98 a month. So call 2 other companies first, and then call Reliant Air Conditioning, and you'll see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO or ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
DFW's News, Talk, Traffic, and Weather Station. News Talk 820 WBAP. And now on FM at 93.3.
Streaming live on our free mobile app.
A Cumulus Media Station. Trending now.
Severe storms moving through the Metroplex. I'm Eric Bushman from the Novak Motors News Desk.
ClassicChevrolet.com. WBAP's first traffic and weather.
On the ones.
Starting off in Addison, a brand new problem on the D&T northbound just past Trinity Mills Road is currently going to cause a 25 to 30-minute delay with 2 right lanes blocked off. That's nothing but stop-and-go traffic backed up all the way to Beltline Road. River brake lights happening right now in Carrollton as well on the Bush Turnpike eastbound, approaching Kelly Boulevard and Trinity Mills. Looks like 3 right lanes there blocked off with a 20 to 25-minute delay. Stop-and-go traffic is backed up to Josie. And then in Argyle, still got that problem with only the right shoulder open on 35W southbound approaching 407. Expect a 15-minute delay. With WBAP First Traffic and Weather on the ones, I'm William Shotwell.
Why do so many Texans love Classic Chevrolet and Grapevine? We're the #1 Chevy dealership in the world. New Silverados, more than anyone. Malibus, Blazers, Equinox. Gotta visit ClassicChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive. Based on new Chevrolet registrations 2023.
Operation Stormwatch on WBAP. We do have a tornado watch in effect for DFW and points east until 8 o'clock tonight, and out west there is a severe thunderstorm watch until 8 o'clock as well. A couple of severe thunderstorms warnings that are underway in our listening area that we are focusing on. The more immediate area is the one that is going on right now, affecting portions of Rockwall, Collin, and northeastern Dallas counties. That is in effect for another 27 minutes or so until 4 o'clock. It's a very, very slow-moving, heavy downpour storm that is just soaking areas of southern Collin County, McKinney to Plano, into extreme northern Dallas County. And that will eventually, at some point, make its way out of that area, but it is just moving really, really slowly. Out west of the Metroplex, we have a smaller, but still just as strong, severe thunderstorm warning in effect for southeastern Stevens as well as all of Palo Pinto County. That lasts until 4:15. And because of the other heavy downpours that have been going on just constantly north of Dallas and Fort Worth, we do have a flash flood warning that remains in effect until 5:15 this afternoon for southern Collin County and southeastern Denton County. Again, that until 5:15. Now, way, way, way southwest of us, we're talking of even south of Abilene, there is a cluster of severe thunderstorms that has actually prompted a tornado warning. That area is main concern is now approaching the city of Brownwood. And so there is some concern down there. The way that that storm is tracking, it looks as if it is going to continue to track, if not just east, but even southeast, which means that we may not have to worry about that one in a few hours. Our southern counties may have to encounter it if that storm moves anywhere north, but right now it is tracking south of everyone. But it depends what we see with the smaller severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for Palo Pinto County. If it does continue, that is moving toward central Parker County in a few minutes to possibly an hour, and then that, if it continues in its intensity, would make its way into the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Again, tornado watch, DFW and east until 8 o'clock, severe thunderstorm watch till 8 o'clock out west. It is 83 degrees in Dallas, 85 in Fort Worth. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer giving a once bipartisan border security bill another shot, and even though it has no chance in the House, the Senate is gearing up for a vote.
Tomorrow, senators will face an important decision. Will both sides come together to advance a bipartisan border security bill, or will partisanship get in the way once again?
Schumer says the bill will stop fentanyl smuggling and approve more border agents. Republicans think it'll only expedite asylum claims and does nothing to secure the border. Your money news: a federal judge in Ohio is granting preliminary approval on the massive Norfolk Southern settlement.
In federal court in Youngstown, a judge rules that a $600 million class action settlement between Norfolk Southern Railway and victims of last year's toxic train derailment in East Palestine can move forward, though with victims in and around the community still in the dark about how the money will be allocated. A plan for that, including attorney's fees and any objections, will be taken up in a final hearing in September. A deadline for victims to file to be a part of the class action suit is August 22nd. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
The Dow closing down 202 points, NASDAQ down 31, the S&P 500 off by 14. Again, severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for Stevens and Palo Pinto County until 4:15, for Rockwall, Collin, and northeastern Dallas counties until 4 o'clock. Flash flood warnings in effect southern Collin and southeastern Denton counties until 5:15. Tornado watch for DFW and east until 8 o'clock, and severe thunderstorm watch west of DFW also until 8. I'm Eric Bushman. Your next news update is at 4 o'clock. Check back several times throughout your day and keep connected DFW to News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3.
2 weeks from today, I could be talking about a Game 7 between the Stars and the Edmonton Oilers, where the sports schedule has the potential to have a Stars or Mavericks playoff game for the next 14 days in a row. From our Mullen & Mullen Law Firm Sports Desk, I'm Steve Lamb. Mavs at Minnesota tonight, game 1 of that NBA playoff series. Stars and Oilers at the American Airlines Center tomorrow night. And then it's back to Minnesota on Friday for another game between the Mavs and Wolves. And then another hockey game in Dallas on Saturday. And I haven't included the Rangers, who are on the road this week at Philadelphia and Minnesota, and the Charles Schwab Challenge at Colonial Country Club in Fort Worth. Plus, you've got CeeDee Lamb, a no-show for the organized team activities up at the Star in Frisco. He's working out on his own. Of course, this is one way to draw a line in the sand. So he tries to get a contract extension that would make him one of the highest paid wide receivers in the National Football League. And Micah Parsons also skipping the OTAs this week in favor of more individualized training. He's working with a boxing coach up in Allen. That's your Wednesday afternoon sports update. I'm Steve Lamb.
Brought to you by Clarity Windows.
You can save 40% off every other window with Clarity Windows. With over 20 years in business and so many consumer awards under their belt, Clarity has earned the trust of thousands of happy homeowners. Call Clarity today or just go to ClarityWindows.com.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Shop Memorial Day doorbusters only at Lowe's. Get the Master Forge 3-burner gas grill for just $99. Lowe's knows summer savings. Valid through 5/27. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
More traffic reports more often.
News Talk 820 WBAP. And now on FM at 93.3.
Hey there, welcome back to the James Show. It's News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Someone fussed me the other day for saying WBAP instead of WBAP. Sorry, that's just how I say it. I'm going to say WBAP. Is that okay? Can I say WBAP? Right. That's how George W. Bush says his middle initial. And if my boss hasn't told me I'm saying it wrong, then what? You say WBAP? You say WBAP. W right there? Oh, on your shirt? Eric Bushman's got a W on his shirt. All right. For this segment, I'm bringing back my buddy Lacey G. And she's been on before. She's our new trending reporter on the James Show, and I'm bringing her in because she did some fantastic work breaking down the social media reaction to the fun audio that I brought you, 3 or 4 shows ago. Welcome back, first of all, Lacey G. Welcome back to the James Show. Good to have you on again.
Thank you for having me.
And in this one, it's the Marjorie Taylor Greene and Representative Crockett, and AOC popped in a little bit, but this all started because some people got catty. And the fake eyelashes comment from Marjorie Taylor Greene set it off.
Yeah.
Well, you the one talking about. I think your fake eyelashes are messing up. No, ain't nothing. Hold on. Listen.
Order. Right, so nice and juvenile, and then the other side decided to go down in the pit with her and be just as juvenile.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then
starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
That's the perfect response anyway. So this is where we're at. First of all, that what now? It's kind of the response I had. What did I just miss? Anyways, so pick it up from there, Lacey.
Yeah, so TikTok has taken a stance on this, or at least a lot of viral moments have happened from this video. Casa D on TikTok made this a trending song on the platform.
Okay, let's hear it.
Bleach blonde, bad built butch body. Bleach blonde, bad built butch body. Bleach blonde, bad built butch body. Butch body, butch body.
And it just continues
All right.
on like that. But that's now getting a ton of play on TikTok.
So let me go ahead and throw it out there. That sounds just as good as what you hear on regular hip hop radio today. That sounds like it could be on radio right now.
It does. It does. And now here's another one. This has more of an old school feel.
Wait. I'm not done. I'm not done with Casa D. Who is Casa D?
Just a creator on TikTok.
Just a well-known influencer. So I don't know him, but my kids probably know her, right?
Maybe.
All right.
Maybe.
Well, I heard
She makes some really good music, apparently.
Did she make that, or is she highlighting the work of these? Dude, they're ninjas. These guys are so good at making remixes and songs out of funny audio clips.
Yeah, and this next one has more of an old school feel to it, but it's still a bop.
Okay. All right.
It just continues on and on like that.
Again, sounds like it could be a real song. These people, I'm waiting for this to cross over because I remember, I think it was 2 years ago, the Corn song. Do you remember the Corn? It's corn, big lump of knobs. It has a G. You do remember that song?
Maybe. I remember Corn with a K.
No. This is a different one. So I think it was 2022. This song got so popular and it went so viral. It had like 30 million views or something. And there were enough people that viewed it that the way that they figure out the ratings and rankings for songs is they now count in streaming for part of that. Well, this song had so many streams and someone actually cataloged it with BMI and ASCAP that it charted for the year. So in 2022, this Corn song finished in the top 100. And it was the first time a viral song like this had finished in the top 100. So I think the future is we're going to see more of these, and these are going to chart because they're funny. This is the Corn song. It's corn. You don't remember It's Corn?
No, I must have missed that one. But a lot of songs do make the charts after becoming popular on Reels and on TikTok. So that's definitely a possibility. There's a lot of good creators out there who are making good music and putting it out there.
Well, I think you're underselling it. They're good creators. That is ninja-like skills to take some congressional argument and make a song that sounds like what they're doing is difficult.
And I mean, it's been less than a week. They take something that's topical and funny and taking the remarks and putting it to music. You're absolutely correct.
All right, the James Show's super impressed by you people who make these funny songs. Well done. It's because I try and make music too, and it's not nearly as good.
I think it's safe to say that TikTok is siding with Jasmine Crockett on this one, the one who made the Butch Blonde comment. Either that or she just had a funnier response. But I do think that Marjorie Taylor Greene was in the wrong for making that comment in the first place.
Yeah, she was in the wrong for making the comment, and then the response put them in the wrong too. So y'all grow up. Just because she says a dumb insult, you don't have to follow her lead and go down in the mud with her. Hang on just a second, Lacey G. We want to talk about the Harrison Butker reaction on social media. Next, it's my trending reporter, Lacey G. We'll continue with her on The James Show, News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3.
Coming up Thursday morning, more big storms possible across DFW. We'll have the latest forecast for you.
And at 8:45, the WBAP Pet of the Week from the SPCA will be here, and it promises to be totally adorable. You will not want to miss that.
I'm Ernie Brown.
I'm Carla Mary, and Monty Cook has your traffic on the ones. Chief Meteorologist Brad Barton has your forecast. Steve Lamb has sports, and Nicole Osei with your news updates at the top and bottom of each hour, along with your money news. And Hal J keeps us laughing.
It's all on Thursday's WBAP Morning News, 5 till 9 on News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3.
This is Rob Wilhite, founder of the Wilhite Law Firm. I'm a Texan at heart, born and raised in the Lone Star State. And when a fellow Texan is seriously hurt in a car crash or truck wreck, I take it to heart. If you've been injured in an accident, you want a law firm who wins Texas-sized settlements. Our firm stands up to insurance companies who want to keep the settlements down. Get your free case review at wilhitewins.com. That's wilhitewins.com. wilhitewins.com. Don't delay. Click today.
Prior results do not guarantee similar outcome.
In less than 1 hour, I changed my life. Hi, it's Chris Kroc for Connect Hearing. If you have hearing issues like I do, visit any of the 35 Texas Connect Hearing clinics for the best experience in hearing care. I love my new Phonak hearing aids from Connect Hearing. They're truly life-changing. Schedule your consultation with Connect Hearing and mention Chris Kroc for $500 off new set of hearing aids. Call 972-301-7350 or connecthearing.com. Terms and conditions apply. See in-store clinic for details.
In politics, there's Lowe, and then there's David Lowe. Caught peddling illicit pornographic domains like findsome.com, http.com, and more too graphic to share. Seedy domains that can enable human trafficking. First, David Lowe lied about it. Then, Lowe actually compared his investments in the porn industry to buying real estate and defiantly said,
"Look, I own domain names. I was trying to make a quick buck."
Records show David Lowe bought pornographic domains over a 9-year period. Now, numerous law enforcement groups have condemned David Lowe, urging citizens to vote against him on May 28th, saying, quote, David Lowe profiting off the porn industry and the exploitation of women shows a disqualifying lack of judgment and moral compass. David Lowe, a new low in Texas politics. Learn more at davidlowfacts.com.
Political ad paid for by the Stephanie Click campaign.
This year, resolve to take care of all of those pesky home repair projects you've been putting off in an easy, stress-free way. The Good Contractors List has fully vetted contractors for all of your home projects, from cabinets to concrete, windows to water damage. The Good Contractors List has the pro for you. And even better than that, they back all their contractors with a $10,000 guarantee. So you're not left with an unfinished project if something goes awry. Promising such a hefty guarantee means the Good Contractors List has to carefully select only the best contractors with a proven track record of solid work and great business ethics. Stop worrying that your project could go sideways and find your stress-free home contractors for every project at thegoodcontractorslist.com. That's thegoodcontractorslist.com.
Only at the Good Contractors List.
Well, if you're going to be traveling through Carrollton, still got problems right now on the Bush Turnpike eastbound approaching Kelly Boulevard and Trinity Mills. That's a 45-minute delay with 3 right lanes shut down. Nothing but stop-and-go traffic backed up all the way to Old Denton Road. As you make your way through Dallas on 35 East southbound at the DNT, you got a 10-minute delay for an accident blocking a left lane with stop-and-go traffic backed up to Commonwealth. And then great news coming out of Argyle. That accident on 35W southbound approaching 407 did clear out. Nothing more than a brake type or 2 backed up to Crawford Road. With WBAP First Traffic, I'm William Shotwell.
Operation Stormwatch on WBAP. It is 3:48. I am Eric Bushman, and we are going to be issuing a brand new severe thunderstorm warning. It's basically one that's been regurgitated over the last couple of hours, affecting portions of Collin County as well as now newly in Hunt County, because the storm's finally moving out of Collin County. And stand by as we alert our other stations in the area on WBAP. We interrupt programming at the request of the National Weather Service to activate the North Texas Emergency Alert System. The National Weather Service in Fort Worth has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Collin County and all of Hunt County in north central Texas until 4:45 this afternoon. At 3:39 this afternoon, a severe thunderstorm was located near Farmersville, or about 8 miles east of Wiley, moving east at 25 miles per hour. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and half-dollar-size hail are the main concern with the storm. Hail damage to vehicles is expected, and you can expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Again, the National Weather Service in Fort Worth has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Collin County and all of Hunt County in north central Texas until 4:45 this afternoon. All North Texas stations affected by this alert are requested to relay the preceding message. And taking a quick look at radar here, and again, it's Eric Bushman with you. Brad Barton will be back with us a little bit later as things get a little bit more tricky in Dallas-Fort Worth as a new round of storms could be developing into the early evening hours. This new warning that came out, basically we got this pesky severe thunderstorm warning that is just sitting on southern Collin County. It is finally moving out, so it's impacting now areas of southeastern Collin County, mainly Farmersville. It is east of Wiley at this time, but it is moving into Hunt County, going to affect areas of Greenville. We got 3 pockets of very heavy rain within Collin County. The southeastern part of the county, there's a pocket of very intense rainfall over McKinney, and then a pocket of heavy rainfall. This is sub-severe right now. This is not meeting severe requirements, but it still would be horrible if you're driving through it. That's just moved over the Dallas County line into southern Collin County over Plano right now. The other warning we're still watching right now, they've canceled all of Stevens County, but it is still affecting portions, basically all of Palo Pinto County. And if that continues in its current intensity, that will enter Parker County in a period of maybe a half hour to 45 minutes. Reminder, we still have this tornado watch in effect for DFW and eastern portions of North Texas until 8 o'clock, western portions of North Texas under a severe thunderstorm watch until 8 o'clock. We will return to the James Show after this quick break on WBAP.
Brought to you by Retirement Planners of America.
In today's market, we think there are a lot of financial risks for anyone who's over 50. Retired or retiring soon? Call Retirement Planners of America now for a free, no-obligation consultation. 469-331-2426. That's 469-331-2426.
From the Airco AC Heating and Plumbing Studio, this is News Talk 820 WBAP, and now on FM at 93.3.
Hey there, welcome to the James Show. It's News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Continuing with my buddy Lacey G, the trending reporter on the James Show. And what we like to do with Lacey is take some stories that you already know about and see how it's going online. For the next one, the Harrison Butker speech, the commencement speech. I thought it was a great speech. You didn't think it was so much of a great speech. Another thing we disagree on. What does the social media crowd say, Lacey?
Well, he was really disparaging to women, and the NFL took the stance of he's not going to get in trouble because he made those in his own time. And the NFL is steadfast in our commitment to inclusion, which only makes our league stronger, blah, blah, blah.
You don't sound like you like that statement very much, do you?
You should still get in trouble for things that you say. If you make a stupid statement, then yes, you should still be held accountable for what you say. And as Selma on TikTok pointed out, the NFL has fired players in the past for making their own free speech statements.
Yeah, but I mean, we've had players say the earth is flat. It's not. It doesn't have to be stupid. It has to be, something that's wildly offensive or hateful.
How are you going to be at a college graduation telling women in the crowd that you've been told a lot of diabolical lies because the biggest thing that you're ever going to do with your life is get married and have children? What if some people are unable to have children? What if they don't want to have children? Then their life is just a lie and nothingness because of that? But if you college graduation ceremony, these people are going to go off and work in the workforce.
But that's not hate filled.
I think it can be taken that way, especially when he's quoting his, what did he say, teammate's girlfriend, and doesn't even use her name. He's quoting Taylor Swift.
Yeah, now he swerved into your lane because you're one of the hosts of now the most popular Taylor Swift podcast on planet Earth, and I don't think you appreciated that very much, did you?
No, I did not. Just because it's so condescending to say my teammate's girlfriend, not the 13-time Grammy winner who's going on and putting on show after show every weekend, who's on the biggest tour in the world. I mean, that's very demeaning.
Well, I think that was pretty tongue in cheek. We all know who Taylor Swift is and her accomplishments. So what are these other clips? Who's Selma on TikTok?
Well, she just pointed out that the NFL has taken action against other players before in the past.
All right, let's hear this.
The NFL releases a statement saying that he made this crazy speech on his personal time, so he shouldn't get fired for losing his job. That's in the name of, the First Amendment, freedom of speech. But you know who got fired for his opinion? Colin Kaepernick. And in May 2024, who didn't get to make a speech because it was potentially inciting violence? The USC valedictorian, a brown woman, Hasna Tabassum. She didn't get to make her speech because she was pro-Palestine. But he did. He was fine.
Yeah, he's probably not going to get to make any speeches at USC anytime soon. But that's interesting to see the other side on TikTok. What else do we need to know about this controversy, Lacey, before we get out of here?
Just that Harrison Butker also wasn't just derogatory to women. He also took aim at the LGBTQ plus community. And I just think he's a bad dude. And all the good that Taylor Swift has done for the NFL and her and Travis Kelce together, I'm interested to see what's going to happen next season, because there was a lot of female support this season and the numbers and the viewership showed that. And now in return, fans are upset and don't know how to proceed with this next season.
All right. Another excellent report from Stacey G. How can they find you outside of the James Show?
13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast at Lacey G at Lacey G13 on social media.
Thank you very much. That's Lacey G. You can find her podcast 13, the Taylor Swift podcast, anywhere you're already listening to podcasts. Stick around. Coming up next, we're going to talk to Daryl Washington, the lawyer for the guy who, you've heard the story, he died in the Tarrant County Jail. We'll hear from him next on The James Show. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3.
When I saw the aggressive letter from the IRS, the panic started. $87,000, where will I come up with that? I couldn't afford the taxes in the first place. This will destroy me. These are things we commonly hear from our clients. Hi, I'm Dallas tax attorney Nick Namath with the law offices of Nick Namath. When the IRS comes after you, it can be devastating. We also hear the IRS put a lien on my house, took my paycheck, froze my bank account, said I was going to jail. If you're facing IRS wage levies, tax liens, unfiled returns, or past due taxes owed, the last thing you want to do is face the IRS alone. For over 20 years, I've been helping individuals and businesses in Texas stand up to the IRS and sometimes even drastically reduce what's owed. You deserve the help of an experienced local tax attorney, not some out-of-town, non-attorney tax resolution firm. Call Nick Namath, the DFW tax attorney, for a free confidential consultation at 972-484-0TAX or go to myiRSteam.com.
I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Before selecting an AC company, please take 10 minutes to go read Google reviews. There's an epidemic of salesmen disguised as technicians trying to con people into buying new systems. The reviews are all the same. The tech comes out, disappears for 10 minutes, then says you need a whole new system for $15,000. Those lucky enough to get a second opinion often report there was nothing wrong with their system in the first place. At Reliant Air Conditioning, our techs don't work on commission and they don't sell new systems. While we're certainly not perfect, I personally get involved with every negative review to make sure we make it right. So choose 2 other companies first, read their reviews, and then read ours, and you'll see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Right now, you can combine factory and utility rebates to save over $5,000 on a brand new system. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO or ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Up to a 30% upfront bonus and 12% per year guaranteed growth for retirement. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and these are the highest guarantees with annuities I have seen in my life. When interest rates are this high, there are silver linings, and annuity guarantees are one of them. Up to a 30% bonus upfront for retirement income. On $100,000, that's up to $42,000 guaranteed in the first year. And it's because of the economy and its high interest rates. Don't let anyone, especially another financial advisor, tell you it's not true. Up to 30% upfront just for opening an account and up to 12% per year guaranteed income growth. Don't miss out. This won't last forever. If you have an old 401k, get up to 30% upfront and 12% guaranteed growth for income today. Call 469-579-3500. 469-579-3500.
Guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company.
Are you the parent of a 2 to 7-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting free radio offer. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse, the Parents' Choice Award-winning online learning program that's actually changing the lives of early learners everywhere.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
Right now, we're offering a special radio promo to try it free for a month. But you have to go to abcmouse.com/radio to claim your free month. That's abcmouse.com/radio.
Sponsored by Age of Learning.
Sorry, but we actually have a wait list for our Monstera.
Shaw's greenhouse is really bringing in the green.
We can't keep snake plants in stock.
She needs a construction manager to build on her roots and grow.
We could add a whole section for ferns, and here we'd have dahlias, dahlias, and more dahlias.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hanging out with my good friend Rob Vaughn from Reformation Roofing and Construction today. Rob, we spoke earlier about getting your shingles checked out after a hailstorm sooner rather than later, because if you don't, there's a chance that the insurance company won't approve a claim. Why is that?
Here's the thing. If you imagine a hailstone hitting that shingle, it's going to impact the shingle, it's going to bruise it, and those granules of that shingle will sit there in that bruise. What ends up happening over time, in the beginning, it's easy to see. Over time, it becomes harder to see. And so the insurance adjuster, if it's been a year, 2 years, whatever, they see that and the granules have all washed away, then there's nothing for them to cover.
Yeah, Rob, you've told me always to get that checked out on the shingles sooner rather than later. How do folks get a hold of you if they want to have you come look at the roof?
You can give us a call at 940-210-3009. That's 940-210-3009. You can text us there also, or go to roofingreformation.com.
DFW's News, Talk, Traffic, and Weather Station. News Talk 820 WBAP AM, Fort Worth, Dallas. 93.3 WBAP FM, Haltom City, Dallas. And 99.5 KPLX FM HD2, Fort Worth, Dallas.
Streaming live on our free mobile app.
A Cumulus media station.
Trending now.
Severe weather moving through North Texas. I'm Eric Bushman from the Novak Motors News Desk.
ClassicChevrolet.com. WBAP's first traffic and weather.
On the ones.
I-30 westbound at FM 548 Royce City. Only the right lane gets by for the wreck. Still an over an hour-long backup there to FM 1565. At 1 I-35 east southbound at the tollway overhead clearing. That's backing you up to 183. Bush Turnpike eastbound at Kelly Boulevard. 3 right lanes are blocked. That 40-minute delay to Old Denton Road. And I-20 westbound at Highway 287 still got 3 lanes closed. That's an hour-long backup to Cooper. From WBAP's First Traffic on the Ones, I'm Monty Cook.
Why do so many Texans love Classic Chevrolet and Grapevine? We're the #1 Chevy dealership in the world. New Silverados, more than anyone. Malibus, Blazers, Equinox. Gotta visit ClassicChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive. Based on new Chevrolet registrations 2023.
Operation Stormwatch on WBAP. This severe thunderstorm warning that has just been plaguing portions of southern Collin County over the last hour and a half or so, causing flash flood warnings to be issued on top of it, is finally moving into Hunt County right now. That is why we have this relatively new severe thunderstorm warning for Hunt County and southeastern Collin County until 4:45 this afternoon. Outside of that, in areas north of Dallas and Tarrant County, mainly Collin and Denton County, we have several areas of flash flooding to be concerned about. And even though the southern Collin and southeastern Denton counties under flash flood warnings until 5:15, I wouldn't be surprised if that is extended at some point later on this evening. The only other storm to really mention is this existing severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect for another 10 minutes or so until 4:15 in Palo Pinto County. If that continues its intensity in the next 30 minutes to an hour, that will be over western portions of Parker County. But it appears to be weakening and then strengthening, then weakening, then strengthening off and on as it makes its way toward Dallas-Fort Worth. Southwest of here, we have a major cluster of severe storms that's pushing near Brownwood, and that did issue a tornado warning earlier, but that cluster of storms as of now looks to track toward Waco and stay south of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, but depending on what happens, we will, of course, keep you updated, and Brad will be back with us later if that is necessary. Outside of that, we do have the tornado watch in effect for all of DFW and east until 8 o'clock tonight, and west of DFW until 8 o'clock for a severe thunderstorm watch. It is 76 in Dallas, 81 in Fort Worth. This news brought to you by the Wilhite Law Firm. As severe weather is anticipated throughout North Texas this afternoon and evening, tornadoes did rip through parts of the Midwest, destroying homes and businesses. Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds spoke about the aftermath of the storms and community response from Greenfield, Iowa.
It's heartwarming. It's not surprising. It's incredible. It's one big, I've always said Iowa is one big community, and we certainly see that in times of tragedy, and we're witnessing it again, but it's horrific.
Several fatalities have been reported, but no official death toll has been released. Thousands of Iowans are still without power. Your money news: the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau wants consumers to be aware the rules for buy now, pay later lenders now include protections afforded them with the use of credit cards.
These rules now applying to buy now, pay later are designed to give consumers key legal protections and rights that apply to conventional credit cards. The agency says when consumers choose this feature, they don't know if they'll see a refund after a return or if they didn't get what was promised. Canceling services will apply as well, just like credit cards now. These lenders usually split payments into 4 parts. Just about anything can be bought in this manner. Kimberly James, WBAP News.
The Dow closed down 202 points. NASDAQ lost 31. The S&P 500 off by 14. Again, the severe thunderstorm warnings for Palo Pinto County until 4:15, southeastern Collin County and Hunt County until 4:45. Flash flood warnings in effect for southern Collin and southeastern Denton counties until 5:15. This news brought to you by Novak Motors. I'm Eric Bushman. Your next news update is at 4:30. Check back several times throughout your day and keep connected, DFW, to News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3.
This hour on WBAP is brought to you by the Wilhite Law Firm Injury Lawyers. Go to WilhiteWins.com.
That's WilhiteWins.com.
Hey there, welcome to the James Show. It's News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Let's go. Well, it's always disturbing to find out that one of your neighbors passed away while in jail. You know, jail isn't where the saints go, but there shouldn't be people dying in there. Well, it's going to happen from time to time, but some of them are a little suspicious. On April 21st, we lost one of our neighbors, Anthony Johnson Jr., in the Tarrant County Jail. And it was called into question at the time, but now that the video footage has been released, we have some lawsuits on our hand. Joining the James Show is Daryl Washington, the attorney for the family of the deceased. Welcome to the James Show on this terrible occasion. But are you guys are suing who? The county, the sheriff? What legal action do y'all have going on?
Well, we have not actually filed at this point. We're still in the stages of our investigation. Now that the Texas Rangers have basically concluded their investigation, we've said all along that we plan to hold everyone who had some part in the wrongful death of Anthony Johnson fully. But more importantly, what we want to do, irrespective of this lawsuit, is we want to bring about changes in the Tarrant, because no one should go to jail and end up dead. It just shouldn't be happening.
Right. We need to keep that number as small as possible. Now, I've heard the story from the sheriff's side. I've heard it from the media, but I haven't heard it from your side. Can you give me like the 1 to 2 minute summary of what happened that day?
I mean, allegedly they were having some type of raid that was taking place in the cell. And just for full disclosure, my client's son, Anthony, has been diagnosed with schizophrenia. So, I mean, it's no secret to anyone. He was experiencing a mental illness, like a lot of people end up in the jail facility. At the time that he was in the jail, and he had not been there a full 2 days, he was not given any of his medication. So when he was approached, I mean, he was approached in a manner where he really didn't know what was going on. The situation escalated extremely fast, led to other jailers getting involved, and one particular jailer who has now been terminated, placing his knee Mr. Johnson's neck and back, which obviously led to his death. But the hard part about it is, it's just hearing him say, "I can't breathe." And you would think after all that has taken place, with these type of deaths, that if you hear those words, that would make somebody want to say, listen, we need to make sure that this person is okay. And that just did not happen.
Do we have a cause of death? Do we have the autopsy report or the medical examiner, whatever the official process is? Do we have those results?
That's the one last piece so that we're waiting on. Obviously, when you have to send out for a toxicology report, that takes longer. Hopefully, we should be getting something anytime soon. But I mean, clearly, they were the cause of his death. While we are happy that there were 2 jailers that were terminated, we believe that there were even more jailers that participated in that, and jailers who just basically didn't do anything when they saw Mr. Johnson taking his last breath. And let me tell you just that is disturbing. Since 2017, there's been over 60 deaths in the Tarrant County Jail. This year alone, there's 6. Those are just too many deaths.
Yeah, I mean, that number sounds like a lot, but how many of them died in Dallas over the same time span? How many of them died in Austin or San? I don't know enough that number upsets me. Is that significantly higher than comparable cities?
Yes, actually, and we know Dallas is larger. The Metroplex is larger than Fort Worth, and actually, in Tarrant County Jail, there has been more. But look, this is something that is also very important. Remember, we're talking about a jail. We're not talking about a prison.
Right.
We're talking about a place where an innocent CEO or whomever could have gotten a DWI leaving the party, and they're just temporary. That temporary holding cell until a person has their day in court. So you have a lot of people who are at that facility innocent. So if you're going to take them in, then you also have an obligation to make sure that they're okay.
Oh, absolutely. Solid point there. Now, are you making I don't want to say assumption. Do you think this was the result of some rogue jailers who weren't following the policies and protocols, or is there something systemic wrong with the protocols themselves?
I think it's a combination. And I will tell you this. I can't tell you how many calls I've gotten from people who have been inmates at that facility who have talked about the treatment and have discussed how they, inmates are not given any care. And one of the major problems I think we really need to come to grip with, over 60% of the inmates are suffering with some type of mental illness. And we have to ask ourselves the question, should a person suffering from the mental illness be in jail, or should they be at a facility like Wellbridge getting the help that they truly need? Because if you don't have people who are certified and have the experience to treat individuals, a lot of times, a lot of people are former military. If you don't have the people with the expertise, then we get events like this, and we just can't continue to let this happen because one, it's just too many.
All right, Daryl Washington, what solutions and or changes are you calling for?
Well, one of the things that we're calling for transparency. It took a lot for the public to get to see this 6-minute video. Let me just say something. Family got to see the entire video, 15 minutes. So what's been shown to the public is nothing compared to the other 8 minutes that they haven't seen. So when the public gets to see that other 8 minutes of the video, they're going to really see how poorly Mr. John treated. They're going to really see how the medical staff reacted. And I just think you are going to have a lot of people upset about this. But I really appreciate you guys having me on the show, and we discuss these issues because we're never going to get to a resolution until we discuss these issues. So thank you for having me.
Oh, hey, thank you for taking the time to come on. I never feel comfortable making forming an opinion about these situations till I hear from both sides. So your talk here was essential.
I appreciate it. Totally appreciate it. And I'm glad that you're listening to it from both sides. And we've heard from the sheriff. The one I will say about the sheriff is that he said what happened was wrong. So, that's the biggest thing. When something bad happens, just own up to it. But the thing is, like you said earlier, what is the problem? Do we have policies? I mean, are we having deficient training? And I think it's a combination of it. And when we dig into it, we're going to find out that these jailers are just not getting the proper training. Talking to one individual, I heard there are about 100 jailers short in Tarrant County. So a lot of that plays too well.
All right, well, you've given us a lot to think about. Thank you for your time. And come back on the show next time there's an update. Any new information comes out, you're welcome to come back on the James Show, Daryl.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Daryl Washington, he is the attorney for the family of Anthony Johnson Jr., the deceased last month in the Tarrant County Jail. Your thoughts on what you just heard from the attorney themselves? 800-288-9227, 800-288-WBAP. What do I think is the solution? I'll try and mud through that nasty swamp coming up next. It's News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3.
Good luck, Mavericks, in the Western Conference Finals. News Talk 820 WBAP.
And now on 93.3 FM.
It is 4:14. I'm Eric Bushman. This is Operation Stormwatch on WBAP. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning that's being issued. This Palo Pinto storm, they're now going to include Parker County in the warning, so stand by as we alert our other stations in the area on WBAP. We interrupt programming at the request of the National Weather Service to activate the North Texas Emergency Alert System. The National Weather Service in Fort Worth has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Parker County and east central Palo Pinto County in north central Texas until 5:15 this afternoon. At 4:09, a severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles southwest of Mineral Wells, moving east at 35 miles per hour. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail are the hazards within this storm. Hail damage to vehicles is expected, and you can expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Again, the National Weather Service in Fort Worth has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Parker County and east central Palo Pinto County in north central Texas until 5:15 this afternoon. All North Texas stations affected by this alert are requested to relay the preceding message. Now, on top of this, they're also just issuing a brand new flash flood warning that's going to be in effect for areas of Collin, Hunt, and Rockwall counties where earlier severe thunderstorm warnings just inundated the area with rain. We will be issuing that momentarily on WBAP. We are going to take a quick break, though.
Dallas Stars playoff hockey is only on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket.
Hello, I'm Dallas tax attorney Jamie Flores, the managing partner at the law offices of Nick Namath, with another important tax fact. The amount the IRS claims you owe is often incorrect. They're notorious for charging for taxes, penalties, and interest that you don't really owe.
That's right, Jamie. Hi, I'm Dallas tax attorney Nick Namath. If you have unfiled returns, the IRS might be preparing them for you. These substitute returns are often full of errors, so if the IRS hands you a devastating tax bill, don't panic, and please don't try to respond on your own. For over 20 years, I've helped individuals and businesses successfully handle the IRS, and I'm ready to help you. Give me a call and we'll set up a free and confidential evaluation, and I'll explain all the options available.
If you've received a notice from the IRS, or if you're facing IRS wage levies, garnishments, or seizures, call Nick Namath, the DFW tax attorney, at 972-484-0829 or visit myiRSteam.com.
It's official. Frederick Frazier just defeated his opponent's political witch hunt in court. A judge just dismissed the case brought by Frazier's desperate opponents. Like Trump, they couldn't beat Frazier at the ballot box, so they tried it through the courts and they failed. But we need your vote in the May 28th runoff election to finish the job. Frazier is a conservative Trump appointee endorsed by Governor Abbott because he prioritized border security, moved to finish the border wall, cut property taxes, banned the woke agenda, and stood strong for law enforcement. Next, Frazier's in a fight against Carissa Richardson, a fake Republican, funded by a Beto O'Rourke mega donor and a disgraced Nazi sympathizer organization. Carissa is doing their bidding, pushing a radical tax plan that more than doubles your sales taxes and effectively defunds local police. Carissa's even falsely claiming Frazier was dishonorably discharged. A complete lie. Vote conservative Frederick Frazier in the May 28th runoff election to set things right.
Political ad paid for by the Frederick Frazier Campaign.
Did you know you can lose up to 25% efficiency by having leaky windows in your home? It's really true. Hi, it's Ernie. This is a great time to replace those leaky and inefficient windows or replace that old shower or tub you've been putting off. Why? Well, because this month, Statewide is looking for 30 homeowners to receive free installation on a house full of windows or on a new bath and shower with no interest and no payments until 2026. Now, if that's not enough, you can receive up to a $1,200 tax credit by putting their energy-efficient windows in your home. Plus, the pros at Statewide are recognized as a top bathroom remodeler. From beautiful wall surround options to sleek shower enclosures and walk-in tubs, they have you covered. It's why they're recognized as one of the top bathroom remodelers. So, no interest and no payments until 2026, free installation. All you have to do is call now, 214-214-6000. That's 214-214-6000, or go online to statewideremodeling.com.
Getting busy out there. We do still have the activity as you make your way along I-30 headed westbound at FM 548. Only the right lane getting by for the wreck there. Well over an hour-long backup stretching beyond FM 1565. A 635 westbound at Forest Lane. The two left lanes are blocked off there. That's still heavy back toward about Royal. At the problem of the Bush Turnpike eastbound at Kelly Boulevard, the freeway now shut down because of that wreck. The issue on 75 northbound of Virginia Parkway, that's high water that's taken away two right lanes. That's solid back to 121, the Sam Rayburn Tollway. I-20 westbound at Highway 287. Three lanes are still blocked off. That hour-long backup remains to Cooper. For WBAP's First Traffic, I'm Monty Cook.
It is now 4:20. I am still Eric Bushman. This is Operation Stormwatch on WBAP, and as promised just a few minutes ago when I said we were going to do this, we are back on the air real quick to issue a new flash flood warning that's been being issued for portions of Collin, Hunt, and Rockwall counties. So stand by as we alert our other stations in the area on WBAP. We interrupt programming at the request of the National Weather Service to activate the North Texas Emergency Alert System. The National Weather Service in Fort Worth has issued a flash flood warning for southeastern Collin County, Hunt County, and Rockwall counties in north central Texas until 6:45 this evening. At 4:14, Doppler radar and automated rain gauges indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between 1 and 1.5 inches of rain have fallen. Additional rainfall amounts of 1 to 2 inches are possible. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. What you can expect is flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses, as well as other poor drainage and low-lying areas. Again, the National Weather Service in Fort Worth has issued a flash flood warning for southeastern Collin, Hunt, and Rockwall counties in north central Texas until 6:45 this evening. All North Texas stations affected by this alert are requested to relay the preceding message. So we have a lot of activity going on, kind of a round one of storms that just won't stop. We kind of thought that we were going to have a break there, but that isn't the case, especially with this Palo Pinto severe thunderstorm warning that was extended into Parker County when I thought it might have been weakening there for a second, but it just kind of exploded right back out. So the overall picture, we do have a strong storm moving out of Dallas County into Rockwall County. That is subsevere at this time. We're waiting to see if they do anything with that. So severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for extreme eastern Collin County and all of Hunt County there. Palo Pinto County, severe thunderstorm warning moving into Parker County right now. That one is until 5:15. The Hunt County, Collin County severe thunderstorm warning goes for about another 23 minutes until 4:45. And then this brand new flash flood warning for Collin, Hunt, and Rockwall counties until 6:45. And then a separate flash flood warning that lives for another 45 minutes or so until 5:15 for southern Collin and southeastern Denton counties. We'll be interested to see if they extend that. Do have the tornado watch for the DFW area and east until 8 o'clock, and west of DFW it's a severe thunderstorm watch until 8 o'clock. We now return to the James Show after this brief pause on WBAP.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
All opinions matter.
News Talk 820 WBAP.
And now on FM at 93.3.
Hey, welcome back to the James Show. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Continuing in the story from the guy who died in the Tarrant County Jail last month, 31-year-old Anthony Johnson Jr. We just talked to the family's attorney, Daryl Johnson, in the last segment. In this segment next, you're going to hear from the sheriff who talked to the WBAP morning show this morning.
It's always good to be with you.
Tell me what the big issues are. I know there's been some lawsuits threatened and filed, and a death at the jail. Tell us a little bit about what happened.
Well, as things are going on over there, we've had several issues, but I'd like to say at the front of this is what people need to understand is state jail inspectors were in last week. They did a surprise annual inspection. We passed with flying colors. The Detention Bureau has done excellent. The other things that have happened, we have had a recent death in custody. We do not know what caused the death as of yet, but what we do know is that a routine shakedown was being done in the jail, and while he was there, he lunged at an officer. A fight ensued for a long fight, nearly 5 minutes, until he was brought under control by several officers. And post that, he passed away. He was pepper sprayed, but we believe it didn't appear to have any effect on him, which does occur sometimes. And he was transported to the hospital where he died at JPS, or he was pronounced at JPS.
So, Sheriff, you've already said that the jailer should not have gotten on top of the inmate, and you also did fire a supervisor for allowing that person to do so. Now, this is a small group of folks who are calling for your resignation, but what would you tell them as it relates to this and the other ongoing events that you have spoken about?
Well, some of those people are the radical left. They show up every time a critical incident does, and they go through that rhetoric and do some grandstanding and political theater. And so I probably am not going to speak to that group. Is the family? I know the family is grieving, and I would say, hey, have patience with the process, and let's gather all the facts before anybody goes to jail, or if that needs to even happen.
In this particular situation, can you give us details as far as what might have led to the death of this individual? Was there anything that happened other than pepper spray?
Nothing but pepper spray and struggle. The technique that the jailer used was not a proper training technique. It's not how he was trained. And once somebody's restrained, we get off of them and set them up in recovery. And that's what should have happened in this case, and it did not happen.
So I did read, and I thought this was interesting. There's a statistic out there that said the average number of deaths in county jails, Tarrant County is about average. I mean, stuff happens on occasion.
It does, and if I may say this, and over the deaths, and that's what these people are saying. There's been 60 deaths in the last 8 years, which is we're either number 4 or number 3, number 5 occasionally in the state. Was the third largest county, so we're right there where everybody else is. And speaking for all those sheriffs, is probably 85% of these people die in a hospital bed in the hospital because 50% of the people that come in the back door are chronically ill. And we review each of those, and it does amaze me that if somebody says to you, well, Mr. Smith died in the hospital, we go, oh, that's sad. But if we say inmate Smith died at the hospital in custody, people go, well, what's wrong? What happened there?
Yeah.
And it's just not that much nefarious activity going on.
All right. Well, we'll keep in touch because I do want to find out more about this case. Tarrant County Sheriff Bill Wayburn with us. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you very much, and y'all have a great day.
All right.
Likewise. Thank you.
All right, so now you've heard, we're back live now. You've heard from Sheriff Bill Wayburn himself, the guy who runs the jail. You've heard from the attorney of the family of the deceased. You have now heard from both sides of the story, and the second it gets updated, we'll pass it along here on the James Show. Stay put. Coming up next, we have entertainment news with Pugs Moran. Did you know Graceland is going under foreclosure? Yeah, there's a big court ruling that happened today. We'll tell you about Elvis's estate next on the James Show. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Bob Lavelle, Home Marketing Services, back on the James Show, getting people out of the rent race. And I was thinking about you because me and the wife had the discussion with inflation causing fast food to go up so much. At some point, you might as well just go to a sit-down restaurant if you're going to be paying 20-something bucks for a meal. And it's kind of the same way with rent. Once rent just keeps going up and up and up, at some point, you should just go ahead and buy a house instead of throwing your money away on rent.
I like the way you think, James. Matter of fact, you're right. I ordered a sandwich today for lunch because I usually eat at my desk. It was $19. No chips, no extras, a tuna sandwich. And it was from a chain. So when you're paying $19 for a sandwich, that's pretty pricey. But, it is what it is. It's going to keep going up. But right now, house prices have gone up a lot. However, we've got a few deals out there where we've got the builders to knock off some of them $80,000, $90,000, and that's before we jump in and do all the other things like trying to get them to lower interest rates. So, yeah, it is a good time to buy a house.
So how long does that process take? The guy listening right now, he's a renter. How fast could you make him no longer a renter, but a guy who has keys to his own home?
The fastest I think we've done is about 10 days, but that's somebody with really great credit. They've got their down payment, at least 3.5% on an FHA, 10 days, and when their lease is up. But on the average, most of them do it within 30 days. I think of houses versus apartments kind of like beauty contests. I don't know if you've ever judged one. I did one time for a Miss Dallas deal, and they're all gorgeous. And so how do you compare it? Maybe compare it to my brother, who's but ugly. I don't know. They look better then. Or you compare it to an apartment. So someone wanting a new starter home in the, say, mid to upper twos up to the $1 million home. We have it all. But it's got to be better than that ugly apartment going up. So,
all right, get out of the rent race. Start owning. Call Bob, 972-392-9595. 972-392-9595. I know it sounds like a big leap and you've never done this before, but Bob walks you through it. 972-392-9595. Thanks, Bob.
Thank you, James.
DFW's News, Talk, Traffic, and Weather Station. News Talk 820 WBAP. And now on FM at 93.3.
Streaming live on our free mobile app.
A Cumulus Media Station. Trending now.
Severe weather moving through North Texas. I'm Eric Bushman from the Novak Motors News Desk.
ClassicChevrolet.com. WBAP's first traffic and weather.
On the ones.
Royce City, I-30 westbound at FM 548. Looks like that one has only the right lane getting by. Hour-long backup to FM 1565. Also got an issue on 75 northbound of Virginia Parkway in the two right lanes. That's slowing you back to the Sam Rayburn Tollway. Palm of the Bush Turnpike eastbound at Kelly Boulevard has the freeway shut down. That's an hour-long backup as well. That's all the way back to I-35E. I-20 westbound Highway 287 got one off to the shoulder, but the 45-minute delay to Cooper remains. With WBAP's first traffic on the ones, I'm Monty Cook.
Why do so many Texans love Classic Chevrolet and Grapevine? We're the #1 Chevy dealership in the world. New Silverados, more than anyone. Malibus, Blazers, Equinox. Gotta visit ClassicChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive. Based on new Chevrolet registrations 2023.
Operation Stormwatch on WBAP. They let the Palo Pinto County Severe Thunderstorm Warning go. They also let the Collin County Severe Thunderstorm Warning go. That one, though, is still affecting Hunt County, and the Palo Pinto County is now just really Parker County. So the only thing we have right now is a severe thunderstorm warning that remains in effect for Parker County until 5:15 this evening. That'd be interesting to see if they renew that later on for any portions of Tarrant County if that storm remains its current intensity. Do have flash flooding going on. Flash flood warning in effect for southern Collin and southeastern Denton counties until 5:15 as well, and a flash flood warning in effect for southeastern Collin, Hunt County, Rockwall counties until 6:45. Tornado watch for DFW and areas east of North Texas, including North Texas, until 8 o'clock, and then west of DFW, it's a severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 8 o'clock. 76 in Dallas, 81 in Fort Worth. The families of the 19 victims in the Uvalde Elementary School massacre have announced a $500 million federal lawsuit against 92 state police officers who were part of the botched law enforcement response to the shooting. They also agreed to a $2 million settlement with the city, under which city leaders promised better training for local police. Javier Casares' daughter Jackie was killed in the shooting.
It's been an unbearable 2 years. We all know who took our children's lives, but there was an obvious systemic failure out there on May 24th. The whole world saw that.
The attack at Robb Elementary School May 24th, 2022 was one of the deadliest school shootings in U.S. history. Your Money News, most people are holding on to their cars longer.
Car owners in the U.S. are now holding on to their vehicles an average of about 12 and a half years, which is a record. S&P Global Mobility says supply disruptions caused by the COVID pandemic have eased and cars are more available, but owners continue to hang on to their old cars and light trucks. J.D. Power says the average U.S. new vehicle selling price topped $45,000 last month, so many people can't afford to buy new, even though prices have moderated from the peak. S&P says it's creating opportunities for parts makers and service centers. Ginny Coselda, Fox News.
The Dow closed down 202 points. NASDAQ lost 31. The S&P 500 down by 14. Again, a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Parker County until 5:15. Flash flood warnings in effect for portions of Collin and Denton counties until 5:15. And then southeastern Collin, Hunt, and Rockwall counties until 6:45. The tornado watch affects DFW and east until 8 o'clock. And west of DFW is a severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 8 o'clock. I'm Eric Bushman. Your next news update is at 5 o'clock. Check back several times throughout your day and keep connected DFW to News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3.
Mavericks just a few hours away from stepping onto the court for Game 1 of the NBA's Western Conference Finals. They're at the Target Center up in the Twin Cities. From our Mullen & Mullen Law Firm Sports Desk, I'm Steve Lamb. So far, Dallas has survived, getting past the LA Clippers and then the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now they play a Timberwolves team where their head coach, Chris Finch, preaching to his team, why not us? After they beat the defending champion Denver Nuggets in 7 games. And they are playing at home for the first 2 games, tonight and Friday, before this series heads to Dallas over the weekend. But the American Airlines Center is busy before that game on Sunday between the Mavs and the Wolves. We've got a couple hockey games Thursday and Saturday. Stars hosting the Edmonton Oilers. And the Boys on the Ice isn't the only sporting event we've got happening here in DFW. Some of the world's best golfers teeing it up Thursday, round 1 of the Charles Schwab Challenge at Colonial Country Club in Fort Worth. That tournament has been held annually at Colonial since 1946. That's your Wednesday afternoon sports update. I'm Steve Lamb.
Brought to you by Mark Spain Real Estate.
Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. When you get a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can sell your home stress-free and avoid the hassle of costly repairs. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
Stimulating talk. News Talk 820 WBAP.
And now on FM at 93.3.
Hey there, welcome to the James Show. It's News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Let's check out what's going on in the entertainment world with your entertainment reporter, Pugs Moran, radio legend, Pugs Moran, I should say. Welcome back to the James Show, Pugs. You with me? Your phone messing up? Burp, burp, burp. Yeah, you just sound a little low. Let me turn you up. Talk again.
1, 2, 1, 2.
All right, better.
Whoa,
Maybe your
happy
cheek.
Mavericks Day.
Yeah, maybe your cheeks were just covering the hole at the bottom of the phone there. So Graceland, I was surprised to find that they were going to have a foreclosure auction. Like you were going to be able to stand on the steps and, hey, but do I have 2 million, 4 million? Do I have 4 million? Do I have 5? But it got called off by the court today. Update me on this story, Pugs.
Oh, this story is fantastic. There are so many moving parts. I've been following it all week long. So here's the deal. So tomorrow we were set to go to court for a foreclosure hearing on Graceland. Now, Graceland, of course, the home of Elvis Presley. It's a huge tourist attraction there in Memphis. Here's what apparently happened. The very news that it was going to foreclosure court shocked a lot of people because nobody even knew this was in the process. Here's what happened. Apparently, Lisa Marie Presley, okay, that's the daughter of Elvis. Apparently, she died. Remember, she died suddenly last year. Apparently, she took out a $3.8 million loan using Graceland as collateral, okay? And she didn't tell anybody about it, and who knows if she intended to pay it back because, sadly, she died. So we don't know. But the company that supposedly gave her the $3.8 million loan has called it in. It's time to pay back, and they're going to claim Graceland. And they were all set to go to court on Thursday. Now, Riley Keough, the actress Riley Keough, she is the granddaughter of Elvis and the daughter of Lisa Marie. Riley Keough is now in charge of Graceland, and this is all news to her, and she is claiming and countersuing the people who supposedly are about to take over Graceland. She's countersuing them, saying that they have forged documents, that Lisa Marie never took a loan. This is all a complete scam, and that they're just trying to take control of Graceland. Now, that was all set to play out tomorrow in one way, shape, or form. But today, Judge, or Chancellor, I guess they call him, their Chancellor, Joe Day Jenkins, he ruled that the countersuit that Lisa Marie has against this company is going to supersede whatever happens with the foreclosure. So tomorrow's foreclosure hearings are off, and the foreclosure hearings are now going to depend on whether or not they determine if there was fraud involved in this claim. Now, in the last hour, the company that was involved in this, who says Lisa Marie Presley borrowed $3.8 million, that company has backed away from the whole thing. So it's over.
Wait, so was the whole thing really a fraud?
There is no. Here's what I've got on this. Okay, they reached out to the owner of the company. It's called Nosany Investments. It's a private lending LLC out of Jacksonville, Florida. Okay, no representative. The lawyer for them didn't even show up today in court.
That's bad.
That's bad. And the calls to Gregory Nosany is his name. He calls himself the lender. He's not speaking either. Although it does say he's not saying anything on the record, but his company did put out a thing saying earlier today that they were going to continue to fight it. But now within the last hour, there is news here, and I guess I should say these are unsubstantiated reports, but there are reports here that Nosany Investments has now backed away from the whole thing. That they're saying, okay, never mind.
Can you do like the 2-minute version of why you're banned from Graceland?
Cannonballed into the pool on the 20th anniversary of Elvis's death for a radio stunt.
Radio stunt. Like totally worth it. Totally worth it.
Well, James, one other thing about that, I was arrested in Memphis for screwing around with Elvis, which is something that you do not do in Memphis. And if you get a chance today, read the story, this judge's decision. You do not screw with the king in Memphis, man. There was no way a judge in Memphis was going to take Graceland away from the Presleys. I mean, there just wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, stay put there because we'll come back and finish entertainment news with the great Pugs Moran on the James Show. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3.
Here's what we're talking about.
I think this has done more good for the American people to understand just how bad it really is.
We'll continue to push to ensure that Ukraine owns its skies.
Target is cutting prices on about 5,000 of its most regularly purchased items.
Because he sees 11 million illegal immigrants as future Democrat voters.
Stay connected for updates all day.
News Talk 820 WBAP.
And now on FM at 93.3.
Attention hailstorm victims. Has your residential or commercial property been damaged by hail, such as roofing, siding, and window damage? Insurance is meant to help you when you need it the most. The adjuster, however, may argue the property suffered pre-existing hail damage, poor construction, or lack of maintenance that led to the damage, or insist the required repairs are only minor. You paid your premiums. Now you are faced with tactics to delay, deny, or underpay your claim when you are owed thousands more. Everybody deserves a fair insurance settlement. Let the lawyers at Fitz Law Firm help you with your denied hail damage claim. Insurance companies have experts working for them. You should too. Texas law requires payment for all hail damage and entitles you to all hail-related damage plus penalties and interest. Contact the insurance dispute lawyers today for a free consultation. You will not be charged any fees unless you win. Don't delay. Your time to make a claim could be limited. Call 817-500-9904. That's 817-500-9904. Or visit hailclaimcenter.com. Principal Office, Houston, Texas.
Can you spot the difference?
Don't get burned, get a firehouse roof.
And then,
don't get burned, get a firehouse roof.
I'm sure you could spot the difference, but it's not always that easy to spot the difference when choosing a roofing company. Firehouse has been serving DFW for over 26 years and is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. If you have a damaged or leaking roof, call Firehouse today.
Don't get burned, get a firehouse roof.
Dan Bongino here. Today I've got something special for all of you homeowners. Expo Home Improvement's bathroom remodeling services. Let me tell you, if you're looking to take your bathroom from drab to fab, Expo Home Improvement is a name you need to know in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Visit expohomeimprovement.com today. Picture this. You walk into your bathroom and instead of feeling underwhelmed, you're greeted by a space that's stylish, functional, and downright luxurious. That's the magic of Expo Home Improvement. Their team of experts knows how to turn your bathroom design dreams into reality, whether you're craving a modern makeover or a classic upgrade. And here's the best part. Expo Home Improvement handles everything for you from start to finish. No need to stress about coordinating contractors or dealing with delays. They've got you covered, so you can sit back, relax, and watch as your vision comes to life. With 20% off your entire project this month only, you'll want to check them out. Visit expohome.com today to schedule your consultation and take the first step towards the shower of your dreams. Trust me, you won't regret it. That's expohomeimprovement.com, improving homes, transforming lives.
I'm Representative Tony Tinderholt. I'm a retired combat veteran and one of Stephanie Click's most conservative colleagues in the Texas House. Last session, we worked to protect Texas children from transgender ideology. Unfortunately, Click voted with the Democrats. We were unable to stop the psychological transition of Texas children. Click voted to give taxpayer money to healthcare providers who are psychologically transitioning children with radical transgender ideology. In the Republican runoff, vote no to Stephanie Click.
Political ad paid for by Texans United for a conservative majority PAC.
Big jobs demand a big side-by-side, like the Honda Pioneer 1000 Deluxe Crew. This model delivers serious power and performance. Enough room for 6 with plenty of backseat legroom. It's available now at Al Lamb's Dallas Honda, your Honda powerhouse dealer since 1977. Visit DallasHonda.com.
For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet and eye protection. Always wear your seatbelt and keep the side nets and doors closed. Pioneers are for drivers 16 years and older.
When Donald Trump ran against Hillary Clinton, John O'Shea didn't vote for Donald Trump. O'Shea didn't vote for Greg Abbott either, or Dan Patrick, or Ted Cruz, or Ken Paxton. Voting records prove that over a 20-year period, John O'Shea failed to vote in 35 crucial elections. Because John O'Shea is not a conservative. He admits it in his own words.
Right now, I say I'm not a conservative.
I didn't vote in primaries. When Trump needed him most, O'Shea didn't vote. Craig Goldman is the true conservative in the race. Goldman passed the toughest border laws in the country, passed the biggest property tax cut in Texas history. Craig Goldman is endorsed by Governor Abbott, Lieutenant Governor Patrick, and the NRA. Early voting runs May 20th through the 24th. Election Day, May 28th.
I'm Craig Goldman, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Craig Goldman for Congress.
Still got the delays. I-30 westbound approaching 548 in Royce City. The wreck's gone, but it is still about a 45-minute backup behind it. I-35 east southbound at Commonwealth. That left lane's taken away. That 10-minute backup to Harry Hines Raceway. Closure in Carrollton. Bush Turnpike eastbound is shut down at Kelly Boulevard because of the wreck. It is an hour-long backup there on the I-35E. And better news, I-20 westbound to Highway 287 in Arlington. The wreck cleared out. It's still a little slow back to Cooper. With WBAP's First Traffic, I'm Monty Cook.
Brought to you by Retirement Planners of America.
Retired or retiring soon? Call Retirement Planners of America now for a free, no-obligation consultation. 469-331-2426. That's 469-331-2426. Call now. 469-331-2426.
From the Airco AC Heating and Plumbing Studio, this is News Talk 820 WBAP, and now on FM at 93.3.
Hey there, welcome. This is the James Show, News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. We're in the middle of entertainment news with your James Show entertainment reporter and radio legend, Pugs Moran. Pugs, on the entertainment front, Dallas is buzzing right now because we've never had the Stars and the Mavericks in their conference finals at the same time in the same year and whatnot. And I would like to invite you to come check out what happens downtown, because our studios here for WBAP are on the same lot as the American Airlines Center. We're in the little walk-up plaza, and people have started bringing chairs and hanging out in the plaza to watch the away games or even some of the home games because they play them on that giant screen. Is that known to the outside world? Is that being advertised or publicized on social media and I just hadn't seen it yet? Do you know anything about that?
And I'll tell you, there are few things cooler than that Victory Plaza area down there of Dallas. I love it down there. I mean, you're truly blessed to have that as the place you get to go to work every day. I don't know why it's not. I'll tell you, James, you're in danger of being run over by tumbleweeds down there sometimes. It needs to be known to the outside world. The greater Metroplex needs to know what a scene that is.
Right, because I've gotten off work and thought, well, traffic's bad. I'm just going to get some food before I go home, and I'll get takeout, and then I'll just walk back over here. And sometimes there's a game playing, and I'll just sit with the cool cats out there who brought a cooler and a couple of chairs, and we'll watch some Stars hockey. In fact, I think I've watched more Stars hockey hanging out in front of my work than I have on a regular TV.
In your life. My preferred movie theater is that Sinopolis right there. I don't know if you ever go to that movie theater right there?
No, I have not, but it's one of those dinner movie theaters, right, where you get food with a studio movie grill or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's the greatest movie theater I've ever been to.
Well, that makes me want to go. I haven't been to it yet.
It's awesome. It's like, I don't know, it feels like a future movie theater. I don't know. It's really nice. I love that area that you're in down there.
Okay, the other piece of news from the entertainment world I wanted to run by the entertainment reporter is, man, this just keeps happening. We have a guy who is a producer for Scrubs, everyone's favorite whimsical hospital comedy. His name's Eric Weinberg, standing trial on 28 counts of rape and sexual assault from 8 accusers. Pugs, does every show have to have a guy now?
Man, I don't know what to make it. Look, well, it's not every show. I mean, it's every accountant's office. It's every dentist's office, right? I mean, perverts are everywhere. But it is so disconcerting that so many of, my favorite shows are not like Scrubs is a great show. Dude, I don't know if you've ever watched Scrubs. That is a low-key, all-time classic show. Not a lot of people love it, but the people who do will scream from the mountaintops about it. So this just sucks. Yeah, I've been watching this story. This guy seems like a real a pervert. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I'm so tired of. We used to call this segment Dark Hollywood jokingly, and I'm just getting so tired of all of these perverts.
Well, the reason this is so compelling is this are these people drawn to these jobs because they have access to people in ways that you wouldn't at normal jobs? Or is it really, are you just as likely to find these perverts in your dentist's office or in your CPA's office?
I think the perverts are everywhere, but I do think that there is some allure to the whole Hollywood, look at me, look at me. It's a very vain. I don't know, man. Maybe show people, are they a bit more sexually sketchy than the rest of us? I don't know. Hey, look, all I got to do is look at my drama club in high school. Those people were freaks. You remember your drama club in high school?
I was in the drama club in high school, so your point still stands. Thank you very much.
You people were getting into some stuff, but the rest of us weren't.
Yes, we were. And look, that was one of the reasons, I played football in high school too, don't get me wrong. But I quit football halfway through high school and did theater full time because at the end of the day, when you had to go to football practice, you would go change clothes with a bunch of dudes. But at the end of the day, when you went to theater rehearsal, you would go change clothes with a bunch of girls.
Theater girls are also a little bit more, I don't know, independent minded, more free spirits, more willing to, who knows.
We all know. And another round of applause for theater girls. We all love you very
theater
much.
Girls.
God bless you.
Yeah, theater girls in high school. Eric Weinberg, he's also, are you familiar with the show Californication?
Not at all.
Oh, that's even better than Scrubs. Californication is a brilliant show.
Is it?
And he was one of the driving forces behind it. And now I'm going to have trouble when I re-binge Californication.
Oh, my goodness. Can we just get all these guys behind bars and get it over? Thank you very much. Pugs Moran, entertainment reporter. You can find him outside of the show, radiomisfits.com. He's got his own little shows that he does online. Go find him, Pugs Moran. Thank you very much, Pugs.
Yep.
All right. That's going to just about do it for the James Show, although... I do have to remind you, Dirks Bentley is coming to Dickies Arena on June 7th with guests Chase Rice and Zach Top. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com, but the little secret of the pros is that you can head over to the WBAP contest page right now, registered to maybe win a pair of tickets. Or if you know you want to go, and June 7th, that's right around the corner, you can go ahead and go to Ticketmaster.com. Stay put. Coming up next, Mark Levin and then Chris Kroc, and we'll see you here tomorrow at 2 o'clock. This has been The James Show. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3.
Can you spot the difference?
Don't get burned, get a firehouse roof.
And then...
Don't get burned, get a firehouse roof.
I'm sure you could spot the difference, but it's not always that easy to spot the difference